when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass. They love it when I turn up the bass.
Yes. Good morning, family. Good morning, family. What's the word? 1003 gang in the building, family. What's going on, guys? Let's get it. Man, it feel good to be back, family. We back on the charts, man. We back at it. We clocked in, locked in, family. Go ahead and drop the locked in the chat if you're locked in with me, family. Hashtag locked in. Let me see if you guys are locked in today, family. Locked in, hashtag locked in the chat. Locked in hashtag in the chat. Hashtag locked in the chat, fam. I see we got Mike in the building. Tyson, what's the word? Kevin, King City, Austin, my brother. Let's get it. Kevin in the building. TPT stand up. What's the word, Kev? Appreciate y'all for tuning in, family. We are live for another phenomenal trading week. Let's get it. I'm excited for it. We got Lamar in the house. What's the word, Lamar? Appreciate you, my brother. Hey, yo, Austin, bro. I don't know if you're still doing music, but we need a Wealthy Visions anthem, bro. For anybody that does music in the chat, in the community, we need a Wealthy Visions anthem. I want to be able to start a stream with an absolute banger. I will pay money for somebody to create a Wealthy Visions anthem. Some up-tempo, fire, hip-hop, rap, whatever you call it. But I need that. Need it. So whoever's a musician, let's work, baby. And leave a verse open for me, too. Leave a verse open for me. Leave a verse open for me. Let me get at least a little 16 in there. We're going to turn this thing up, man. But big shout out to my brother Austin, man. Boy, waiting for that payout. Come on now, Austin. Let's go, bro. It's been a long time coming. Yeah. It's been a long time coming, waiting for the payout. Shorty, I'm looking for Let's go, Austin. Proud of you, my brother. Let's go. Let's see, serious saying take this payout and get a studio. Listen, I just need one song. I just need one song. I would prefer a couple that we can have in rotation, but I at least need one anthem that as soon as you hear this anthem, y'all know what time Wealthy Visions is on. That's what I would like. Let's see, we got Lamar as an engineer. Okay, where you located, Lamar? Where you located, my brother? I know obviously you could do your thing probably no matter where we're located, but boom, 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 boom. Let's see, I can make the beat too. You know what's crazy, Lamar? So I can stop getting copyrighted. This is a serious topic. I gotta turn this beat off real quick, right? So I can stop getting mother junking copyrighted by YouTube. I actually need a whole arsenal of beats. I need a whole arsenal. I will pay for an arsenal of instrumentals and some bangers too that we could rock out with, right? Because YouTube stay copywriting me. I can't even monetize this video even if I wanted to, or any of these sessions, because I never play uncopyrighted music. So we locked in. We locked in. We making moves, trying to stop them from making us. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna get this thing started, guys, in just a few. I'm trying to really lock in myself personally, honestly. I'm saying I'm locked in, but I'm not really fully 100% locked in. I'm like 95% locked in. I'll be honest, I woke up a little late today. Like literally woke up probably like 30 minutes ago. I'm still trying to lock in mentally. But let's go ahead and go over this news real quick, family. All right, let's go over this news real quick for this entire week. See what we got on the actual radar, on the horizon, that we need to be aware of, man. All right, so starting off with this week, family, we have nothing crazy as of today, at least no red folders. Let me actually go ahead and just check the yellow folders or the medium impact news events, because usually there could be some bangers there as well. Let's see what we got. We got nothing crazy on Monday, family. We do got a few members of the Fed that are going to be speaking, but Nothing crazy for the most part. Going into Tuesday, family, we do have the RBA interest rate decision. They're expected to keep their interest rates the exact same at 4.35%, followed by the actual rate statement itself. So that's going to influence the Australian dollar. Moving forward, we do have the Euro CPI, core CPI numbers that are going to come out or expected to come out. As of right now, core CPI year over year is expected to increase. Right, headline CPI is expected to increase year over year. But month over month, they're expecting to see a nice little hefty drop. Right, so we're going to see how, the CPI data for the euro ends up coming out, but that's definitely going to be a market mover for this week. All right, moving forward on Tuesday, we also have retail sales, core retail sales coming out for the US. Obviously, that's a top dog news event. Retail sales can give us a little insight as to inflation as well, right? Are consumers spending more and more, yes or no? Are we seeing an increase in spending, yes or no? Right, retail sales, guys, also makes up a big portion of GDP, right? So depending on how this retail sales comes out, it can also give us an insight as to how GDP is going to come out later on. Right, as of right now, core retail is expected to stay the same. Headline retail is expected to go up by 0.3%. We'll see how that comes out, and we'll be able to talk about that and trade that together on Tuesday. Moving forward, nothing too crazy for that rest of that day. Going into Wednesday, guys, we do have more CPI data, but this time for the pound. The Great Britain pound is expected to get their CPI and PPI data that comes out. We also do have, guys, a national holiday for the US on the 19th. All right, so we do got to be mindful of that. The banks will be closed on the 19th. All right, shout out to Juneteenth. Shout out to everybody that supports it. Everybody should support it. But shout out to all you guys that are going to celebrate that. I know that's going to be an absolute banger. Juneteenth is like the it's crazy. Juneteenth is like the how do I put this without it sounding crazy, right? Juneteenth is like the 4th of July for minorities, you could say. Right? So it's a big deal. So yeah, that's definitely going to be on the horizon, guys, for Wednesday. Might not be as volatile because of that, but we'll still be here trading together. Moving forward, guys, on Thursday, we have the interest rate decision for the Swiss franc. We'll see how that comes out. We have the interest rate decision for the pound. We'll see how that comes out. Right, and then we have initial jobless claims. Yeah, see, Thursday is definitely going to be the day full of a ton of news that could definitely shake things up. Not really necessarily for me, because I mainly trade the NASDAQ and gold. For anybody that does trade, foreign currencies like the Swiss franc or the pound, yeah, it's going to be a very volatile time, especially with the Bank of England interest rate decision. They're expected to keep it the same. I don't think we're going to see any different. They probably are going to keep it at 5.25 just because they are dealing with sticky inflation still over there. Not as sticky as it used to be, but they still dealing with sticky inflation. And another thing as well is they got to really control or manage their inflation to their interest rate ratio a lot more aggressively than the US, you could say, just because their economy is kind of struggling over there. Us over here in the States, in the US, our economy is still freaking booming. Like, it's crazy how we're still seeing every week so far. Actually, I want to look at this. Every week so far for the past few weeks, we have literally, actually every month so far for the past few months, this thing has just been on fire. I mean, guys, last week the S&P 500, right, ended up closing at almost $5,500. We have never seen the S&P this high ever. Just like we never seen the NASDAQ this high ever. The NASDAQ came just shy of 20,000. Right? Again, the S&P, guys, is used as a gauge to monitor how our stock market is doing. If our stock market is usually doing good and performing well, so is our economy usually doing well and performing well. All right? But we are literally trading at all-time highs once again. And there's been non-stop. It's been non-stop bullishness here. So that's why for us it's a little bit we manage our interest rates are going to manage it a little bit differently than all these other countries, because our situation is a little bit different than most of these other countries already, which is why a lot of countries are already starting to cut rates. Right? We seen, matter of fact, this is a question for you guys, family. What central banks, there's two central banks that started their rate cutting cycle. What are the two central banks that started to cut rates, family? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, family. What are the 2 central banks that started to cut rates already? And Lamar, let's do it, bro. We definitely got to put together that little playlist, bro. I would appreciate that like crazy. You know what, Lamar? If you give me if you help me get a nice selection of beats, bro, that we can have on rotation here on stream, you'll get free access to anything that I offer. Yeah, you'll get access to anything that I offer, bro, just for showing love. You know what I'm saying? So, just throwing that out there. All right, but the question is, family, what central banks have already started to cut rates this year? Who knows the answer for that? Let me know in the chat. Who knows the answer for that, family? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Talk to me. Let's see, the ECB, the Canadian Central Bank, and the European Central Bank. Lambo money. Yeah, nah, Freezone definitely got the one right with the ECB. The ECB is definitely the first central bank, or actually they were the second one to do so. And the Bank of Canada, was the first out of the major central banks to start cutting rates, followed by the ECB, and then who knows is gonna follow next, right? Which is probably going to be the Bank of England. If I were to pick something, it will probably be the Bank of England that decides to cut next. In the US is not at a point where we have to start cutting yet, right? If this is the thing, family, if we were going through a period where our stock market wasn't constantly creating all-time highs, right, where everything is down, correcting, all of our markets that, you know, bring wealth, if everything was down, then yeah, we'll probably be a lot closer to cutting. But since everything is good and our economy is still extremely strong, right? Our unemployment rate, yeah, cracked above 4.0 for the first time, but that's still historically low compared to everywhere else in the world. We're not in a rush to try to cut rates just yet. We are not in a rush to try to cut rates just yet. And the reason why I bring this up, because if we look at what the market has been doing lately, right? Just talking about the dollar, for example. We've had a lot of disinflationary data come out. We've had inflation reports come out lower, but yet the dollar's still gaining a lot of strength. You got to think about that. Why, right? Because typically, if interest rates are getting cut, we would expect the markets to rally, except for the dollar, right? The dollar should probably correct a little bit. Why? Because people are now seeing that the market is a little bit more acceptable to invest into. Let me go ahead and take these dollars that I parked on the side and put it to work. Right, so as the stock market increases, as the NASDAQ increases in value, as crypto and all these things increase in value, how does it increase in value? Well, people have to convert their dollars into those assets. So the demand for the dollar starts to die down as the demand for these assets starts to increase, which is why the value of the dollar should typically drop. But we haven't seen that yet. Right, we've actually seen the opposite. We've seen disinflationary data come out, but yet the dollar still increasing in value. People are still looking for safety in the dollar, and you got to really think about why do we think that that's happening. Because I was really thinking about this entire past week and past weekend, because our analysis has been super accurate for the most part, right? Every time we have a news event, we predict exactly the immediate reaction right away. But the follow through is what's been messing with me, right? We haven't had the continuation of the initial news release at all yet in the past few weeks, but yet we've had data that should support that. So we got to really start to think about, okay, what the hell are these market makers doing right now? Like, what is in the mindset of the people that actually can move price, right? The hedge funds, the market makers, the institutions, the corporations, the largest banks, whatever, blah blah blah, right? Got to really think about it. Like, why are they not so inclined to run towards the riskier assets, right? Instead, it seems like everybody's running towards safety. And I'm trying to figure out why, right? So these are things that we really got to just, you know, be mindful of and consider. A reason why that could be happening, I honestly don't know, to be honest with y'all, right? But I'm definitely still doing a lot of research. Like, why isn't the dollar? Because the dollar realistically should be just falling off the face of the earth, especially with all this recent data that we've been getting. This shit should be falling off the face of the earth, but it hasn't. Right, gold should be booming. Right, gold should be booming right back up to the highs based off the data. It hasn't. Right now, indices are different. The indices just haven't given two shits about anything. They just like, nah, we going. We running no matter what the hell the dollar's doing, no matter what people are saying, no matter what. People are clearly supporting the stock market right now. Interesting stuff, right? But they're also investing into the dollar. So these are things that I truly enjoy trying to dissect myself. Because when you really have a good game plan as to why things happen, guys, like you're gonna be ahead of everybody else, right? So let's see what we got here, though. Grand Rising, Tony Gold in the building. What's the word, Tony? Appreciate you, my brother. Canada, Sweden, Switzerland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic. Damn, they all cut rates? Well, Canada's the only one out of like the major central banks that we have, but yeah, man, shout out to Sweden, Switzerland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic if they did. They must have needed it as well, though. They must have really needed it as well, you know. Give me 1 second, family. Let me see what we get here. He said, answer is Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell definitely could be. You know what it is? Jerome Powell did not help at all with the press conference last week. Right after the interest rate decision, he did not support or at least help, you know, with strengthening most of these markets, right? He was actually very hawkish. Not necessarily hawkish, but he wasn't dovish, right? He wasn't as dovish as most of us expected based off the data that keeps on coming out. Right, because Jerome Powell's stance has literally not changed. He's like, listen, we're going to be data dependent, and that's really what it comes down to. We're going to make decisions based off the data. The data came out really good last week, but yet they're still not trying to make the crazy decision, right? They're still not even close to trying to cut rates just yet. So that could definitely hold some type of effect and weight on the markets for sure. All right, is it just Jerome Powell's tone last week? Could that have people still a little bit more hesitant to go all in? It very well could. Right, very well could. We don't know. We really don't know. But let's see. Good morning, fam. Let's get after these pips. Carlos in the building. What's the word, Carlos? Margarita in the house. What's going on, Margarita? Grand rising to you as well. Fam, go ahead and smash the like button one time. I appreciate all you guys that have done so without me having to ask and beg for it. You guys are the actual superstars in the chat. All right. So, yeah. So, family, Thursday is going to be an absolute banger of a day. A ton of data for a lot of the foreign currencies. So we'll see how that goes. And then Friday, guys, we do have core retail sales and retail sales to the pound as well. And that's pretty much what else we got here. And then we have, actually, we do have some PMI data as well for the US on Friday. So that's pretty much what our week consists of in terms of news that we need to be aware of and can trade around and be prepared for. And yeah, we'll see how this actually goes. Our next interest rate decision meeting for the Fed is July 31st. So next month we do have another interest rate decision. That's going to be interesting. Let's see what else we got here. We have interest rate decision for the Bank of England on June 20th. Interest rate decision for the Swiss National Bank June 20th as well. The RBA is tonight. Okay. All right, cool. So that is our news for the week. Now let's look at the markets real quick, family. Let's see what the hell we got going on, right? So again, looking at, you know, how we reacted last week, right, and how we played off last week. I'm at a position now where I think it kind of makes sense. You know, we could maybe correct down into this little order block, but I think at this point, my target for the dollar would be to take out these relative highs right here, right? Take out these highs at 105 400s. So I would like to look for more upside here if possible for the dollar. The question is are we going to get a little bit of a pullback first before we go to that higher level to take out these highs up here? Who knows, right? I'm not psychic. You know, if I was psychic, I wish I was. I'll be loaded up, right? Because, and the only reason I ask is because there's a chance. There is a chance that we just stay above this 105 level right here, and we just continue to play around this, and then we do eventually pop up, right? No real, no real correction of this move that we just experienced essentially since last week, right? Or the market could go a little bit lower, right? It could go a little bit lower, maybe come towards this level of structure right here, and then from this area, we can also bounce off and then seek that higher pricing, right? But I'm leaning towards, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm leaning towards it. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna just jump into the buy, but that's really what I want to see. If you guys have been following lately, Nadia. Yeah, so if you guys aren't familiar with how I like to do things, I typically have like an initial bias that I want to favor based off technicals, based off fundamentals. But since I am an intraday trader, I typically take what the market gives me, right? So even though I'm favoring to the upside, if today's opportunity presents a sell side trade, then that's exactly what we're going to take, right? Again, I'm not opposed to taking either side of the market. I do have my preferred method of, I do have my preferred direction, but I look at things such a bigger time frame that it just might not be ready just yet, right? So if the market does something like this and we start to trend lower, then yeah, I'm going to look for that sell right here. All right, once we actually get signs that we're going to drop, then yeah, absolutely. But there's also a flip where we do come here, take out this low, all this built up liquidity right here at 105.10, and then we also go back bullish. And if that happens, we'll be buying right here. If we could see something that makes sense, we might take it there as well. All right, but either way, I'm favoring the upside. But if the sell is what presents itself, then we're going to take that. Okay, perfect. All right, let's see what we got here, though. I went long on UJ last night. King City with the long on UJ. King City with the long on UJ. All right, let's see. Last night, 157.394. 157. Oh, you got down here. Okay. Nice little 50 bounce play. Bounce off the 50 on the 1 hour. 1 hour engulfing back to the upside. Trigger line entry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you up around, well, if I were to take the trade, right, based off like how I trade, I would have been up around 40 points, 40 pips or so. Not a bad play. Look at this, though, right? Bounce off the 50. 1 hour engulfing back to the upside after all this failed sell volume that went absolutely nowhere, right? All this sell volume right here. Sell candle, spiked below all this structure points, got completely absorbed by the buyers. Easy play to the upside. Let's see. It seems like everything every bank is doing fundamentally isn't working. It's pretty wild. Yeah. I mean, we're in some interesting times, right? We're going through a period of time now where it's even more harder and more trickier to truly understand the ultimate sentiment for the day, right? I think we are all aware of what the sentiment is going to be moving forward in the year. But since we are intraday traders, we also do need to figure out what is the sentiment for today, right? What is today going to do? How are the markets going to react to today's data and how people and investors feel today, right? I think that's the hardest part, right? Long term, we understand what the sentiment can be, right? We already understand that we're closer to cutting rates than we are, to actually raising rates, right? Because raising rates isn't even on the horizon. And since we're closer to cutting rates, and we are that close to becoming a dovish or having a dovish Fed, sentiment is shifting. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen right now. Like, what is today's sentiment, right? And that's what we try to identify. Whether we can do it through fundamental data is one thing, or if we kind of have to rely on the technicals, that's another thing, right? So we'll have to see. And to be honest, trying to figure out, today's sentiment, you can try to use the news and leverage, Twitter and things like that, but we like to rely on technical analysis at that point, right? We want to figure out what the technicals are doing. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get my daughter situated real quick. Yeah, so, but besides that though, family, talk to me, man. What are you guys looking at today? What pairs are you guys looking at? What is on your guys' watch list today? Anything crazy? What do you want, baby? Yeah, anything crazy? Let's see. I read somewhere that a lot of people have lost their full-time job and have taken a part-time to survive. That will make a false narrative about the economy, which would be a big deal. Oh no, that's a great point, Kevin. Right? Actually, a really good point that you noticed that, right? Because there is actually a video that I watched the other day last week that also spoke on that. Because if we look at last week, right? If we look at last week's report, and we look at the actual numbers that came out, right? And I'm talking about the labor report numbers. Let's see, do we get it? Or let's see. I think it might have been 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because whenever NFP came out and then the unemployment rate came out, right? There was actually a big discrepancy between the two. And not really. They both came out kind of identical, but there is a vast majority of people right now, right, that are having a hard time finding full-time employment because there's not as many full-time openings as there used to be, right? We actually seen an uptick in the number of part-time openings more than anything, right? In fact, let me go ahead and check. I think the Kabasi letter spoke at this. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. And family, we're definitely going to be trading, obviously. We are about 27 minutes out from the open. So we're going to take a look at that as we can. But I want to go through a few of these headlines real quick, because I seen something. I think they might actually been the ones talking about. Let me see what we get here. Let's see. All right, so here's one report. This is concerning initial jobless claims spiked by 13,000, a 9-month high for the week ending June 8th. This marks the third consecutive weekly increase. The 4-week moving average surged to 227,000, the largest in September 2023. The sharp rise in claims was driven by California, Pennsylvania, and Minnesota, which experienced sizable gains for a second week. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, so this is, I mean, obviously we know initial jobless claims, guys, for people that are actually filing for unemployment for the first time. So what this report is saying that we're seeing in a concerning rate of increases, right? The past couple initial jobless reports, at least according to them, I haven't confirmed it myself, they've all been going up, right? Which means we are starting to see a lot more people, you know, essentially filing for unemployment, which also kind of aligns with the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is above 4% for the first time in years, all right? So all that stuff is lining up, but I want to touch on what Kev said. I know there's an article here. I'm pretty sure I read it here. Let me see. Americans' financial concerns over inflation, interest rates, and jobs have reached their highest levels in over 2 years. 84% of U.S. adults surveyed were worried about inflation for everyday goods such as groceries and gas. Okay. Nearly 50% of people claimed that elevated interest rates were among their top three concerns. 25% were afraid about the future stock market performance. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care too much about that. Let's see. U.S. asking rents. Blah, blah. Magnificent Seven. This is out of control. Now, this is, if you guys don't understand what the deficit is, we're paying $1 trillion a year in just interest on our budget deficit, which is nuts. Insane. We have added $2.5 trillion in federal debt since 2020. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. All right, here we go. This is where it is right here. This is the report right here. It said, what's happening with the labor market? The difference between full-time and part-time job growth has been deeply negative for the last 6 months. Over the last 50 years, such a divergence only has occurred in recessions. In May of 2024, alone, full-time vacancies contracted by 1.16 million year over year, while part-time jobs grew by 1.5. Exactly what we just said, right? Jobs are just not hiring full-time employees anymore, or at least they're starting to decrease by how many full-time employees they actually hire, right? But yet openings for part-time jobs have been on the rise like crazy. Additionally, 1 million Americans have become unemployed in the past 6 months. 1 million Americans have become unemployed in the past 6 months. That's not crazy. Like, that's not crazy. I mean, it's a small percentage according to all the residents that we have, all the able-bodied that are able to work, but that's crazy. 1 million Americans have become unemployed in the past 6 months. Crazy. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate jumped to 4% from 3.4 in April. The largest increase since the 2020 pandemic. Is the U.S. job market slowing down? Yes. But this is what the whole point of raising interest rates was for. All right, like monetary policy, guys, is there to control interest rates, but also to control everything else. Right? We kind of needed the job market to slow down. So although this looks kind of like frightening, it's what was expected. You think Jerome Powell came into this, rate hike cycle that we went through over the past couple of years not expecting to lose jobs? Like, no, right? That's a part of the process, right? Interest rates go up, right? The cost of doing business increases for these business owners. Now their profit margins are starting to shrink. As profit margins shrink, they got to start to cut the fat somewhere. And more times than not, they start to fire and let go of all those employees that are really not needed, right? So, I mean, it's expected to happen, right, when we go through an interest rate cycle. So I'm not too surprised by that. So what do you guys think about that, family? Let's see. This guy said, I really like the comments too, by the way. The comments be pretty lit. Is the U.S. job market slowing down gradually and then suddenly? This is what they don't want, though, right? Gradually, we're seeing it slow down. I don't think they want it to happen suddenly, right? Because then we got a bigger issue that we have to deal with that I don't think the Fed wants to deal with, or the government. But let's see. It appears that way. Another data point indicating that the labor market is slowing down is the unemployment rate in California. It has risen for a year now and is well above the national unemployment rate at 5.3%. Listen, California is a shithole. Shout out to all my Californians in the building, man. But California is a shithole. Let's see. Here's one area that isn't slowing down. Stagflation is economic policy. Okay, I don't care about that. Labor market is contracting. Even Fed Powell announced yesterday that non-farms might be a bit overstated. He's right. U.S. economy lost 192,000 jobs in Q3. Okay, so I mean, yeah, pretty much like I was saying, man. That's a good point, Kevin, that you noticed that, bro. Because I noticed it as well, and it is true, man. We are starting to see that shift, all right, from people, and there could be a lot of things to it, right? Especially with the growth of the internet. I personally, again, it's just me, all right. With the growth of the internet, there's so much more opportunity out there as well, right? Like, why go for a full-time job when you can grab a little part-time job, work 20 hours a week, and work that extra 20 hours on your business that you're able to do from home, from the comfort of home, on your computer. Without having to leave, right? I think there's a rise. It's not I think. I know that there's also a rise of entrepreneurs as well, or at least wannabe entrepreneurs, right? So that could be a play a part too. I don't know exactly what the numbers are, obviously. I don't even know if there is a statistic showing how many more LLCs were filed over the past 4 years compared to previous times on record. Is there actually something like that, Ferry? Is there something like that? I wonder if there is, right? If there's a way for us to measure or get a report that breaks down the number of LLCs that were created recently. If we have seen an uptick because of the rise of the internet, I would assume so. I know it did, but I want to know if there's like a crazy rise. That would be a crazy stat to see. Because I think that definitely plays a big part too, right? Is a lot of people are now realizing that the internet is here. There's a lot of money to be made on the internet. So why put 40 hours plus at this job when I could put 20 and put 20 plus on my business and still essentially make somewhere near the same once that business starts flowing? Right. So there's a few things that will play into that for sure, but it's definitely an interesting thing to keep track on. And like I told y'all, man, I've been telling y'all too, we're gonna go from inflation being the focus point, the talking point, to being the number one thing, to now the unemployment rate, right? The labor reports. The labor reports are gonna take control very soon in terms of what's going to be spoken about from the Fed often, right? So we're seeing that shift from inflation talk, CPI, PPI, PCE being the most dominant things that we talk about and we look at, to now the NFPs, the initial jobless claims, the continuing jobless claims, the unemployment rate. To those news events are going to be a little bit more in focus, right? Going to hold a little bit more weight than the inflation reports coming soon. Not just yet, but eventually we will start to see that shift for sure. All right, so some good talks though, man. Kev, that's a great talk though. I love these conversations, man. Especially when some of you guys bring up data like that. We gotta go down the rabbit hole and see what's up. All right, so let's see. Shout out to Sheldon in the building. What's your thoughts on AU? Let's go take a look at AUD USD. Oh, what we got? Aussie dollar. I mean, just like a lot of these other dollar pairs, for the most part, these markets have been extremely choppy, range bound this entire year. If you look at this from the weekly, like, really haven't done much. Okay. we really haven't done much. I mean, we went to the upside here to start the year, came all the way back down, and now we've just been really stuck in the middle at 0.65. But what do I think can happen? Well, based on what I think is going to happen with the dollar, right? I actually would like to see lower pricing for now, just because I think that the dollar has some more room to go to the upside. If you guys didn't, listen to my dollar analysis, this is what I want to see. I kind of want to see is actually go ahead and take out these relative highs that we just pretty much created here at 105. I would be a big fan of that. But in order for the dollar to gain strength, or if the dollar gains strength, then that means AUD USD should probably correct, right? So I'm not opposed to this. I actually wouldn't be opposed to seeing AUD USD correct all the way down towards the 60.65 area. I think that could be a very interesting area to go ahead and keep our eye on, right? So I'm personally favoring sells. I'm personally favoring sells here for AUD USD. For who was it that asked? Sheldon. So hopefully that makes sense, Sheldon. Again, I know some of you guys are probably gonna be like, well, hey, but we're at a support, bro. You think we should sell from here? Probably not. But what I will do is see if we get any little pullbacks. Any little pullbacks, I wouldn't be afraid to sell. Especially if we're closer to that 50-period moving average in the higher time frames. Hell yeah. But we gotta see how this stuff reacts. Again, that's just based off my analysis on the dollar. I understand we're at a demand zone right now. Pretty significant level of structure as well as it is. So this could give a little bit of a deeper correction for sure, but I still think eventually, this week though we do correct. I actually kind of like this level right here. I'm not even gonna lie, this level looks pretty interesting. Right, the 66,200 level. Maybe if we come up to this level, depending on how we play off of there, the reaction can give us that possible leg lower here. So I will be keeping my eye on that level, 66,200 for shorts on AUD USD. All right, let's see. I just need $538 to pass my funded account. Let's go. Less than $1,000, Lowe's. Come on, bro. We need that. Let's go. All right, let's see. Lambo money waiting on EU pullback closer to 108.08. 108.10. All right, let's see what we got here. 108.0. So you want to see come back all the way back up here. Hey, that's very possible. Y'all know me. I don't ever say, oh, no, it's not going to happen. Listen, I can't dictate what the market's going to do, right? But I see what you're looking at, right? That supply zone up there. It's very possible for that, too. What I will be personally looking at, if I think we have a level that we could probably react off before we get that high, that could also warrant something. And I think this this 107.5, 107.4 level can also produce some. Just a little small redistribution cycle that we had that actually caused the break of structure here. I'm very fond of these levels right here, right? This little pause that we had, right? The pause before the break tells me that there was a lot of added sell orders right at this level. So yeah, if the market does come back up to here, I wouldn't be surprised if we swept it and then we actually went and continued lower here. So that's another area we can keep our eyes on. Now, if this one doesn't hold, this 1.074 holds, then yeah, the 108s is probably gonna be the next area that we target. Probably around the 108.02s. Yeah, that would be an interesting play as well. But first level will be off of this 107.400 for the euro to at least see if we can get continuations there. Perfect. All right, so now let's take a look at gold and see what we got here for gold. Let's just check the chat though. Daquan in the building. What's going on, Daquan? Appreciate you. Linda in the house. Let's see. By the way, that movie Dumb Money was really good. Yeah, that movie is really. You said Dumb Money? Did I see that actually? I'm pretty sure. I swear I know. I watched it. Oh no, I didn't watch it. This is the one I didn't get to watch. This is the one on Roaring Kitty. I'm watching that shit today. I'm watching that today. Probably as soon as we get off the stream, because I did want to watch that as well. But let's see. We got Matt in the building. What's going on, Matt? Appreciate you, my brother. Let's see. We've been seeing people gotta lose their jobs. How much is government spending calculated all of this? Because they haven't reduced spending at all. I mean, government spending plays a big part. You know what's crazy though? Government spending, quote unquote, right? It's coming from their mouth. Supposedly they have been slowing down with spending, right? The Fed has been going through something that's called quantitative easing. How many of you guys know what QE stands for, or what QE is? Right? The process of quantitative easing and quantitative tightening. What do you guys know, family? Who knows what QE and QT is? they're actually going through a process of quantitative tightening. I mean, let me see. I'm pretty sure most of y'all probably don't really fully know what quantitative tightening or quantitative easing is, to be honest, because I learned this a few years ago when I really started to dive into the fundamentals of it all. But that refers to what you're talking about, Free Zone, right? Because we are currently going through quantitative tightening, right? And quantitative tightening is the process of actually, right, reducing the money supply in circulation, right? Quantitative tightening, the whole point of it, right, is to shrink the Fed's balance sheet. That's literally the whole process of it. And we've been doing it for past couple years now. 2 years we've been quote unquote QT. But you are right though, right? Going off of what the Fed say they want to do and what is actually happening could be two different things, right? We've been saying that we've been going through the process of quantitative tightening, which is again reducing our balance sheet, right? Things of that nature. But if is that the reality, right? Is that the reality, right? And I don't know, right? I don't know if that's the reality or not. But Jerome Powell just said though last week. Jerome Powell actually referenced this last week, if I can remember correctly. And he said that they're still going to be doing what they're doing, right? They're still going to be going through the quantitative tightening process. So we'll have to see. That is a good point though. Let's see. In 2023, a record 5 million new business applications were filed in the U.S. That's crazy. An 8.7% increase from 2022. That's what I'm saying. Like I truly expected, right, more businesses to be created more than ever before. Just because, again, the rise of the internet, the rise of information. Honestly, information is a massive thing. Like, think about how easy it is for us to access information nowadays, right? 10 years ago, guys, right? Just 10 years ago, in 2014, we didn't even have the information that we have today. I mean, we did, but it wasn't as accessible as it is now, right? And as much as a lot of people hate, these online coaches, all right, these online mentors, the people that create courses and stuff like that, as much as a lot of you guys hate them, they're also a big reason why a lot of us are more knowledgeable than we are today. All right, me creating a course is helping people really speed up the process of learning, various skill sets, right? So the rise of the internet, the rise of, online entrepreneurs, the rise of, the what do they call it? The e-schooling cycle. Is it the e-schooling? There's like an actual word for it. E-school. I forgot what it is, right? But the rise of online schooling has changed the game, right? So I think that plays a big role in the reports for sure. Let's see, from January to April, there have been new business applications filed so far. This is down 0.5%. Okay, there were over 5.4 million new business applications in 2023, nearly 1.75 so far in 2024. That's crazy. Hey man, people are trying to start their businesses, man. Let's see what's going on, Gavin. Appreciate you, my brother. Paycheck chofa toning in. All right, so let's see. Mike, QE equals printing money. QT equals restricting money access. There we go, Mike. I knew Mike probably knew. Mike, you're one of the smartest ones, man. I realized, but you could tell where somebody's at based on the conversations in the chat, right? And Mike, you definitely been on top of your game, bro. And I don't know if you've always been, this smart. I don't know what your background is, Mike, but you definitely be on your shit, bro. Let's see. QE replaces bonds in the banking system with cash, increasing money supply. Absolutely. Yeah, because watching the news is just like government's throwing hell bread around, I'm telling you. Let's see. It's impossible to reduce bonds in favor of cash because all cash is actually a security. Again, Mike with the Mike be telling, yo, Mike, I gotta have you on stream, bro. Like actually throw a Zoom link for you, and let's just really chop it up, man. Because these are the type of conversations I love to have, right? When we really get into the nitty gritty of the fundamentals and what the Fed is doing, what the government is doing, right, and all that stuff. That shit intrigues me. I love it. I love it. All right, but we'll see. All right, so now that we got all that out the way, family, again, how do I feel about gold? That's the question. All right, Abel, I hear you, bro. But what are you looking at for gold, bro? Because I know that's what you're focused on, right? And gold is interesting. Like, I'm favoring bullishness. Like, I really do want to see more upside just based on how we were playing off of structure over the past few days, or at least last week or so. So I am favoring more upside, right? I do love what we got here, right? You know, we ended up seeing this very strong bearish closure, bearish engulfing that literally went nowhere, got completely engulfed by the previous day or the next day's candle, which also came and engulfed the previous bearish one, showing some type of bulls are in control. But what I really like the upside is not only just the engulfing, but how we engulfed, right? We ended up bouncing off of the 50 period moving average, closed above our 13 period moving average, our trigger line. So I would like to see us at least make our way back up to the 2355 levels here. Obviously we could probably go even higher towards the high of this range, the 2370s, 2380s, but I think a safe target, if we were to able to enter buys, probably around 2350s, 2360s could be a very solid target, in my opinion, to target to the upside. My only thing that I'm gonna be just keeping my eye on is just how gold actually going to move this week, right? Because we went through this last week as well, right? If we look at these candlesticks, right, all these engulfings, right, they're very, very convincing candlesticks, right? Obviously, a lot of traders make decisions on how these stuffs, you know, close during the higher time frames. But what I will be interested in is, I just hope we don't go through something like this that we went through for the past 2-3 weeks, right? Where we've had these daily candles do absolutely nothing, right? We had bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing, followed by bearish, then followed by another bullish engulfing to break us outside of the range, only for this thing to completely tank, right? So like, gold really has been super annoying to trade just because of how, you know, how much of a tight range we've been in. But hopefully if we are able to get some buys today, it's to actually go ahead and run and not just stay within this range, right? Because that would be super annoying, right? We take the buys and then the market literally just stays within this range and we just come all the way back down and engulf the previous bullish engulfing. That would be kind of annoying, but that would also tell us what to look for tomorrow. So I am favoring the upside here on gold. It just again, it got to make sense though for us. All right, so looking at the smaller time frame, if we can get above this 2325, that would be absolutely spectacular. You know, we are seeing a little bit of strength coming in the market right now for gold, but that brought us right up to that 2325. You know, if we continue to hold above this level and actually break above it, then absolutely we can look for some probably buys off of that 2325. We just got to get above it, right? We get above this and we hold above it, that 2325 is going to turn into, from resistance, turn to that support that we can utilize to go ahead and catch the next move. So that's what I would like to see. Now, here's the thing. Remember, I have my initial bias, but I'm okay with changing if I need to. Right, so what I'm also going to keep my eye on, if gold doesn't or isn't able to truly get above 2325, then guess what? It falls. If we take out this candle that just created a lot of volume, right, this super strong bullish 15-minute candle, if we do come all the way back down and erase that and close below our trigger line, I will consider taking sells instead. Absolutely, absolutely, right? So again, I'm buying if we're able to get above 2325. I'm also not opposed to buying if we come down correct and we actually hold this 2321. I'm not opposed to not buying. Let me say that again. I'm not opposed to buying as well if that's what happens, right? You know, if we are able to give a little bit of a correction and we hold this resistance right here, right, this little neckline, I'll be okay with buying there as well. But I am going to be selling if we do get below this level here. If we get below 2318, 2317, I would be favoring more sells instead. And then we can sell it and target down towards 2300s or so, 2307. So that's where I'm at. My initial is for the buys, just based on where we're at. But if this falls, then I'll be okay with selling as well. Okay, perfect. I'm glad we're on the same page, family. Perfecto. All right, let's see what we got here. Mike be spitting facts. Yeah, now Mike do be spitting facts. Shout out to you, web trader. Let's see, loving the key. Shout out to that boy Kevin, man. Wait till you realize everything is securitized. Mortgages, credit cards, even you. Absolutely. Why do you think we got security cards? Social security cards. That's a whole different topic of, you know, conversation, right, that we can go down. But that's like a rabbit hole type of conversation right there that we can go down. But yeah, you're right, bro. Everything is securitized. You're not lying about that. But that might yeah, That's a very interesting topic, though. All right, so let's see how this stuff plays out, guys. We are about 2.5 minutes out from the open here. Let's see how the open plays out for us here. Let me take a look at the NASDAQ and the S&P before we actually do that. Obviously, we know that the NASDAQ and the S&P were essentially trading at all-time highs, extremely bullish. But let's see what we get today, right? Is this bullishness going to continue, or are we actually going to start to correct some? Like I told you guys, and I've been telling you guys for a while, I am not a fan of selling indices long term. It just never works. All right, I mean, just look at the chart, right? Like, does it make sense to sell long term? Hell nah. All right, like the longest sell off that we had was probably this period right here from April 11th through April 19th, right? So we had a weekly period of selling off, but then immediately that got completely erased and we went right back on up to the upside. So I'm not a fan of long-term sells here, but I am a fan of long-term buys, right? So if we are able to come back down somewhere within this little demand zone that we have here, I wouldn't be opposed to, possibly seeing how we react to go right on back up to the upside. I would not be surprised at all. Like, I actually think this 19,540 level can be a very significant level that could possibly hold to then go ahead and give us more moves to the upside, right? But this is the thing. This is all bigger time frame stuff, right? The market itself has a little bit of ways to go before we get down there. If it makes sense. Again, that's why I said I don't like selling long term. I'm okay with taking some short term sells if it's short term. I'm not even too much of a fan of that, but I'm okay with it if it happens, right? And today, it seems like it could be one of those opportunities where we do take maybe a short-term sell on the NASDAQ, depending on how we play off of these levels of structure, right? Because I really would like to see us come down into this 19,570s level, but we'll have to see. You guys know the market doesn't care about what we want. All right, so we'll see. I wouldn't be opposed to looking for possible shorts, but then eventually I would be looking for the buys. It also might even make sense for us to just allow the sell to happen if it happens, and then just prepare for the buy as well, right? But I'm really favoring more upside continuations here longer term. We just gotta let the market tell us when it wants to jump in. But I do want to see more upside personally. We'll see. We'll see. All right, we're 20 seconds out from the open, family. Let me keep my eye on gold real quick, see what we get here. But in the meantime, family, drop what you guys are trading right now in the chat. Let me know what you guys are trading in the Chizit chat real quick. What are you guys looking at? What are you guys trading right now? Talk to me nice, family. Talk to me nice, or don't talk to me at all. I don't know what time it is. Give me a second, family. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see what we get here, family. All right, so we did get the open. Let's see what the market is doing. Gold is correcting a little bit here. NASDAQ is starting to gain some strength. The S&P spiked lower a little bit. US 30 spiking low as well. Let's see how this stuff continues to form, guys, throughout the session here. Let's see what we get here. US 30 is trying to spike a little bit lower. Nasdaq is chilling. The S&P is starting to push low. Now we did just take out this relative low here on the S&P. Let's see what we continue to get. What's the dollar doing for the one time? A whole lot of nothing. Yeah, we're still chilling right here on the dollar. It's really not doing much. Again, I would like to see added strength come in for the dollar, but we'll see what that does for us. Let me go to my futures side of things. Make sure I'm ready. I'm prepared. All right, let's see, gold. What you about to do for us, gold? Remember, like I told you, man, I want to see us get above here, 2340s if possible. But we also got to see if we can hold this 2336 level. Let's see. I need gold to get closer to the 50 though. All right, you see how far we are from the 50 period moving average? Like, I need us to get as close as possible to the 50 period moving average. Guys, the 50 period moving average, which I like to leverage, I like treat it as a magnet. Right, treat it like a magnet, right? Price typically always likes to pull back. The pullback goes to the 50. That's a bar for anybody who's making a song. Pull back to the 50. Blah, blah, blah. Pull back to the 50. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see what we get here. Boom, 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 boom. We need you closer to the 50. All right, let me see what y'all talking about in that Chizzy chat. Let's see what we get here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's see. Look at gold. Came all the way back up to 2340 and bounced right back off. Let's see how we play off of here, family. What are you guys looking for, though? Are you just waiting for gold, AUD, USD, gold, US 30 NAS. Looking at you. Cash out to Tony in the building. What's the word, Tony? NQ pushing up. It might have. And then immediately turned back around. Yeah, the S&P spiked below these lows and flipped back bullish here. The US 30 also flipped back bullish. Yeah, the Nasdaq could also get ready to flip back bullish. We also did just get a nice little wick fill here as well. Right, we filled this wick, took out the support. All this liquidity down here has now been captured. This could actually start to run here. I'm not even gonna lie. This could start to run back on up to the upside here. This will be the liquidity grab type of setup that we have. Again, there's really two main things that I look for, right? It's either a liquidity grab like this, right, that can hold and we go ahead and we ride, or obviously just a continuation type of setup, which is my trigger line entry play. But this looks interesting. Stops will have to go below this low, build this wick, took out the support, grab some liquidity, tapped into some demand right here, and now this thing is starting to run. And it was kind of an easy play too, especially looking at the S&P already pushing higher and US 30 flipping back up. That's interesting. What's gold doing? What's gold doing? What's gold doing? Yeah, gold is still chilling. Gold is still chilling. We're just stuck in this range right here. We'll see if we get some type of a move here. Let's see. Looking at UCAT for a sell. Okay. I'm still holding my US 30 sell, hoping for it to hit the low before I hit CP. I mean, US 30 is more likely to sell off than the other ones. I'll tell you that much. The Nasdaq and the S&P, boy, have not want to sell off at all. Like, look at these things. These things are going crazy. But then you look at US 30, and US 30 has been atrocious. Like, US 30 is disgusting. Like, look at this, bro. Like, look at this. Like, look at this range that we've been in for this entire past month. Actually, for the past, yeah, the past 30 days. Like, you can't tell me that this is easy to trade right here. Like, this shit is horrible to trade in. Like, there's so many mixed signals being sent out here, right? From breaks of structures to the back within the range going nowhere. Like, there's so many false signals that happen all throughout this entire range for the past 30 days here on US 30. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a uglier, in my opinion, ugly market conditions here on the dirty 30 for me to try to get into. But let's see, we came all the way back down. Look at this correction here. Right, we did get the first 5 minutes, so now we are okay to pull the trigger if needed. The Nasdaq is still pushing up higher here. We'll see how this plays off. Again, I am favoring more upside. I'm not really the biggest fan for selling, but we'll see. In terms of gold, gold is also chilling right now. We're kind of stuck within 23.37 and 23.40s. Again, if we are able to truly get above 23.40s, I'm okay with looking for some buys all the way up towards 23.51s. If we close back below the low here at 23.30s, and I'll be changing my bias and instead looking for sells towards the 23.20s. Yeah, 23.20. Yeah, 23.20s will be where I'll be looking for sells if the market does flip bearish. But right now we're kind of stuck in this range, man. I'm favoring the upside though. All right, I am favoring the bullishness. You know, so if we are able to get as close as possible to that 50-period moving average, I will be looking for reasons to buy that. Absolutely. So let's see how this continues to play off here. Let's see, Nas looking like a drizzy. It did initially. I'm not even gonna lie. Like this previous this previous 5-minute candle is extremely bearish, and this previous 5-minute candle could very well still hold some weight. It could, you know, it did stack up, spiked above these highs. You know, eventually flipped back bearish. If I know Omar, his sell is somewhere within this area we're currently at now, if he did take the sell. Just because we did have an impulsive move to the downside, created a new low, there is a chance that this could come back down and create another low, right? Essentially just staying in this, you know, smaller time frame trend, right? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, smaller time frame structure. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Let's see, yeah, that weekly just putting on a bottom wick. Top of the morning, one and all. Jama in the building. What's the word? Only the higher time frame you can see US 30 clear on. Yeah, US 30 is super annoying on the smaller time frame. Higher time frame obviously is gonna be shit. Honestly, this shit is just as ugly. But it's a little bit clear, right? That's a big key, guys. Right? When you go to lower time frames and it just looks like a whole mess, just go up a time frame. That's really the easiest thing to do. All right, when you go to lower time frames and the chart looks like a mess, go up a time frame. And if that chart looks a mess, go up another time frame. And if that one looks a mess, go up and just keep on going up, right? You go up high enough, you're eventually gonna get a time frame that's not as clouded or as messy, you could say. But let's go to the monthly real quick, right? I don't think I've looked at the monthly yet for US 30, and this monthly is crazy, right? We did get a solid, super strong bearish monthly closure for the month of April. The next month came May, and we tried to overcome it and failed ultimately. So I agree. US 30 does, especially higher time frame, it does look like this might want to drop a little bit lower. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Right? And obvious area that we could target, 37,300. Obvious level we could play, these equal lows that we left behind here. So I agree. This do kind of look very bearish on the higher time frame, just based off price action. Yeah, that do look crazy. All right, so now looking at that, with that being said, right, look at US 30. Right, we spiked up, a lot of volume, went absolutely nowhere, got completely rejected back down. We closed below our trigger line entry here on the 5-minute. Hey man, a sell like this might not be a bad idea. Again, I'm still chilling right now, but let's see how we play here, right? Because this could be an interesting play here. We are getting rejections to the upside. My only thing is we do have this relative high right here that we could still potentially might want to grab some more liquidity, but we'll see how this continues to play out. Let's see, took a sell around 19,708 and took profit around 19,670. Something like, okay. Let's see, Jonathan, my brother in the building. What's going on, Jonathan? Appreciate you, bro. Good morning to you. It's tempting right now, but I already made my 200 plus requirement for a possible payout this week. Let's go, Omar. Let's freaking, oh, wrong one. Let's freaking go. I love it when you guys are talking payouts, man. I love it when you guys are talking that payout word, baby. Big P's in the chat. Big P's in the chat, man. Come on now. Let's see what we get here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. PPP. Oh, I ain't talking about no PPP loans. Y'all crazy. I said drop some P's in the chat for the profits. Y'all over here dropping about PPP loans. Yeah, so let's see how this stuff continues to go. Again, I'm still chilling, man. I learned to establish a level of patience that is next level, especially with these markets, the way of how choppy they've been. So what's gold doing though? Let's make sure we keep our eye on gold. All right, so gold is kind of falling here. Let's see. Remember, I was favoring the buys, but if the sells is what plays off, then that's what we're taking. So let's see how we continue to build here. Again, I would be a big fan of looking for some sells below these levels down here. As long as we stay in this range, I'll be chilling. But I do kind of like, I like the sells below here. Below 23.31 is where I like to sell from though. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we got a 15-minute. Okay, we got a 15-minute trigger line play here. Kind of wanted to wait for the break below this low, but we kind of got a 15-minute higher time frame signal. I wouldn't be surprised if gold does actually start to correct some lower here, especially off of what we just seen. Like, again, read this price action, family, right? You see how this looked bullish, closed above key level of structure. Did we get follow through? Yes or no? We did not get no follow through after this bullishness that came in. Like, you got to be aware of that type of price action, right? That's clearly showing we had sellers come in and absorb all that buying pressure. Right? We had all this buying right here based off the candlestick. Sellers came in and said, nope, not today, buddy, and then flipped us back down. Right? We got to be able to read that price action, right? So let's see how this continues to build here, but being able to read that price action is crucial when it comes to making a decision. And again, you guys will know when I take the trade, family, because you guys will see it on the screen. So I'm still chilling, not in anything as of right now. Boom, boom. Let's see. Let's see. What you doing, Gold? Talk to me nice, Gold. Talk to me nice, Gold. Let's see. 30-minute. Yeah, there's 30-minute closes like this too. That would be crazy. That's a big 1 hour wick though. I don't like leaving wicks behind. I'm not the biggest fan of leaving wicks behind. I'm not even gonna lie, but cause this wick, if this 1 hour closes like this wick will probably filled. Wicks love getting filled, so we'll see how this plays off here. Again, I'm still chilling. I'm not in anything as of right now, family. I'm still chilling on the sidelines. Super patient, super disciplined, waiting for the right opportunity to strike. Right, we gotta be a sniper in these markets, family, not a machine gunner. I know some of y'all are some machine gunners though. Some of y'all come to these charts and ba 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 ba, place a million trades before I even place my first. Y'all some machine gunners in the chat, man. Machine gun Kellys in the chat. I'm gonna start calling some of y'all the MGKs of the community. And I know some of y'all too that be machine gun Kellys. See me, I'm a sniper. I'm the American sniper. Shout out to Mr. The American Sniper himself. That's me. That's my approach. Let's see. Let's see. Anyone take a NAS sell? The NAS fall? Oh, NAS is still falling. Okay. I'm still chilling. I'm in NAS sales with you. Yeah, you guys are crushing it. Omar and Carlos. You two have been going nuts. All right, see, now we're getting into the area though where I would be interested in looking for some buys. See if we can start to buy some. See if we can find some buyer demand back up into this area now, because now we're retesting previous structure. Come on now. Come on now. What you gonna do? What you about to do, NASDAQ? Talk to me nice. The US 30 is doing a whole lot of nothing. But talk to me nice. Let's see how we play off here for the NASDAQ. This level is going to be, in my opinion, an interesting level. Let's see. Machine Gun Kelly's in the building. You like that, right, Kev? That's some of y'all, man. Some of y'all, some Machine Gun Kellys. Let's see what we got here. We going down. We got JJ in the house. What's the word, Mr. JJ in the building? Mr. John Jefferson himself. Hey, yo, JJ, is that actually your real name? You don't got to tell me what your real name is, John Jefferson, but is that your real name, bro? Or is that just like an alias you took on? Mr. JJ in the house. Let's see. All I need is $5. Come on. Let me not add more pressure. Let me not add more pressure. Come on, Carlos. You got this, bro. You're a confident man. Let's go. Knock that out, man. Knock that out, man. Let's see. Now my real name? Yeah, I figured it wasn't. I figured it wasn't. Listen, you John Jefferson moving forward though. You John Jefferson moving forward. Even when we have our first ever retreat and I find out your real name, I'm still calling you John Jefferson. I don't care. I'm still calling you JJ. You might as well change your name legally to JJ. That's what I'm calling you, at least. Alright, so let's see how this stuff plays out, fam. What's gold doing? Gold is still chilling, man. Gold is still chilling here. Again, I'm still not in anything, family, but I'm definitely watching. NASDAQ at this area is interesting to me. Oh yeah, US 30 is starting to fly again, bro. Like, look at this market, bro. This market is just this is what I'm talking about. This market is super choppy. We had the S&P that closed really aggressive to the downside past 5-minute candle, but now we're starting to see some more demand come in. Is US 30 leading the way though? All right, this is my question to y'all. Who's lying? Is US 30 lying with all this strength, or is the NASDAQ lying with this weakness? Because you know, by the end of today, they're eventually going to all go in the same direction, I think. At least similar, they should end similarly in a very similar direction, right? So who's lying? Because I don't know. US 30 just spiked up. Took out all this highs right here. I think US 30 might be the liar. And I also think this could be a very interesting level here. It's literally the same level I just told you guys, right? I was like, US 30 could drop, but we also do have this liquidity above here. This could be the play. Let's see how this US 30 forms out here. I need 600 to pass my challenge. Come on, JJ, let's go. The most generic shit. Yeah, Gavin, that name is a very generic name. Well, he's sticking with it now. Let's see. Yeah, this looks interesting, fam. This US 30, what's NASDAQ doing? Still falling? Yeah. This US 30 looks good. Where are my setups at? Come on. I don't want to miss this shit. Damn, bro, I'm not even able to get this shit fast enough. I'm not even logged in on the TradingView account here. Hold on, I'm trying to log in. What the hell? Come on, Lee. Let me log in. Why wasn't I logged in already? That's my question. Oh my god, US 30. Now you want to drop that aggressively, bro? 30 points already? You didn't even let me get in, bro. Hold on. This is what happens when I wake up late, bro. I'm just not prepared. I woke up late today and I'm tripping. Let's see. Why is this shit letting me connect, bro? What's up with this? Damn, bro. I wasn't even able to get in. US 30 is dripping, though. Holy moly. Why are none of my accounts trying to connect right now? I'm not a fan of these wicks, though. I hate leaving wicks behind. I really do, but... Let's see, Let's go, Carlos. Come on now, family. Can we... Oh, shoot, wrong one. Family, can we please get a round of applause for that boy, Carlos, man? Come on now. Let's go, Carlos. Oh. This shit gets me so amped, bro. Oh. That shit gets me so amped, though, when I see people win and succeed, bro. Come on, Carlos, man. Let's freaking go, bro. Come on, man. Come on, baby. Let's go. Come on. My fault. I just got a little got a little excited a little bit. My fault. Let's see. How was your weekend? My weekend was great, man. Obviously with it being Father's Day, spent time with my family. And we were chilling, man. We went to a few little parks over the weekend with the kids. You know what's crazy to me? Yesterday, right, was obviously Father's Day, and yesterday my house was completely full of a bunch of little boogers. This is a little crazy, but so my house yesterday on Father's Day was full with a lot of boogers, right? So obviously it was just my immediate family, me, my wife, and my 3 kids. But then my 2 kids, my oldest, decided to have their friends over on Father's Day, right? So we had like 7 kids in here in total, going crazy, just wild out, a bunch of hoonigans. Freaking, we thought we degenerates. Them kids are degenerates nowadays, right? But the whole thing I'm talking about is like, it's on Father's Day, and we have all these kids in our house. I'm thinking to myself, I asked my wife, I'm like, yo, like, why aren't they with their fathers on Father's Day? And come to find out, all of them just don't have a father presence in their life, unfortunately, which is kind of crazy, and it sucks. Like, how can you bring a child into this world and not care for them. Not even want to spend time with them. Like, that shit irks me, right? So we ended up turning it into like a bigger thing. It was essentially Father's Day for me, but everybody was celebrating it. Played a lot of games, watched a lot of movies. It was fun though, right? It was fun. But it is unfortunate, man, that we have a lot of kids that aren't able to experience the blessing of a father in the household. I mean, family, how many of you guys can relate to that? Let's be honest here, right? I can't. My father has been in my life since day one, right? My father held it down. So did my mom too, right? Both of my parents held this shit the hell down. And so did my stepmom. They held this shit the hell down. So I'm extremely privileged. All right, if you want to talk about privilege, when I talk privilege, I'm not talking about privilege from a race perspective, right? Which obviously there is discrepancies, right? What I'm talking about privilege, I'm talking about in the household. I was a privileged child, right? Because I had both my parents. And then eventually, once my parents divorced, I ended up also bringing somebody else on with my stepmom, right? So I'm blessed and I'm privileged to be able to grow up in a healthy household with multiple parents. But I know not everybody's like that, right? And this past weekend really, it just really put things back into perspective because we have 4 kids here, separate kids too, like they're not even siblings, that are all just simply being raised by their mothers, which is crazy. No real father figure, right? So when they come to my house, they look for that comfort, right? Of having a father figure, right? Of being able to go out and play catch, you know, have some fun, go to the park, run around, right? So it's crazy. That's crazy. So if you had your parents in your life, you're privileged. Just understand that you are extremely privileged. I don't care what you say, because a lot of people don't. But let's see what else we got here, though, man. We got God Effects in the building. What's going on, God Effects? Appreciate you, my brother. You watch any of the boxing fights? Absolutely. I watched 2 boxing fights. Yo, and US 30 is pissing me off, right? Because this thing is just dripping, and I wasn't able to get it on this account because it's not even letting me log in right now for some reason. The error keeps coming up when I try to log in here on the Profirm account that we've been trading. And I don't know why. But US 30 is dripping. Everything else is starting to move higher though now. The S&P and the Nasdaq are starting to push up. And remember the Nasdaq too. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm missing out on a couple setups, right? We should have been in the sells on US 30 here, but we also could have been in the buys on the Nasdaq, right? Because this is exactly where I told you guys that we could probably start to look for some more buys to continue. Look at this market, bro. I've been able to tag a couple on my personal account, but not on the actual Profirm account here, which is unfortunate. That's really all I like to prioritize. All right, let's see. Yeah, for real, boy, that's hard, but at least they had someone to hang out with, you know? They'll remember that. Absolutely. I haven't talked to my dad base since I was 12. Yeah, that's tough, and I'm about to be 28. Hey, man, that really is tough, bro, when this happens. It's unfortunate, but let's see. I had parents hold it down. Absolutely. That Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin fight went as expected. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what's crazy, man? Listen, man, shout out to my little boy, shout out to my young boy Kyle, man. Nah, I'm not even gonna bring that up. Shout out to Kyle though, right? But yeah, it is interesting though, right? But it definitely went as expected. Gervonta is just really him. He's definitely next level. I'm gonna give you guys a cheat code. Don't snitch on me, family. But if you guys want, should I give you guys this sauce, man? Do you guys want a link to watch every boxing fight, every UFC fight, every sporting event for free? It's honestly one of the more popular links. You guys probably already know it. But for those of you guys that don't ever have access to this free link to watch all the free pay-per-views, let me know, man. I might give you a little cheat code, man. I might throw a little sauce your way. Man. Let me know. Because I watch everything. For free through my links. So yeah, absolutely, right? I watched that fight. I also watched a different fight too that I actually enjoy. I actually enjoyed as well, right? Not VIP role. VIP role is pretty good too, but it wasn't VIP role, right? But I actually watched. I don't know if you guys know who this dude is. Ben Whitaker. Who knows who Ben Whitaker is? He's only had 7 or 8 professional fights now, right? But he's easily growing to be one of my favorite boxers, bro. Easily. Ben Whitaker is him, boy. He really is him. So I also watched he also fought this week, and I watched his fight. But then obviously I watched Gervonta Davis as well, and that went exactly as expected. It really did. But let's see. Crack Legs is cool too. He's that guy. English Phenom. Yeah. Yeah. Ben Whitaker is nice. Yeah. Yeah. See, it's crazy how all y'all know who he is. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a fan. He got me sold. Only 7 fights as a professional as of now, but he got the whole world's attention with his style and his tactic. You guys remember that? Who's the one fighter? For all my boxing historians, right? Who does he remind you guys of, right? There was a one fighter back in the day that used to literally have a same style in the ring with him, right? Where he's dancing, he's showboating, he's literally just playing around and having fun in the ring. Who knows who I'm talking about? Who knows who I'm fighting? Who knows who I'm talking about? There it is, Will. Exactly, right? Emmanuel Augusta too, but Prince Nassim is who I'm really referring to, right? They really have a very, very similar style in terms of, you know, just having fun more than anything. Like literally just having freaking fun, bro. But I'm a fan. I'm officially a fan, and he's definitely somebody I'm gonna keep my eye on. I actually want to go see him live, no cap. Like I would love to go see him live, bro. Like his events in person are probably so crazy. See, that's that. Let me dancing in the ring. Yeah, I'm about to go to him for lessons. I swear, bro. If I could pay him to train me, bro, that would be fire. I'm not even gonna lie. That would be crazy. 10:03 in the gang, stand up. Let's get it. 10:03. Let's go. Let's see. Tank was like, I mean, they're different weight brackets. They would never even fight to begin with. They're like a 40-pound difference. Yeah, like you would realize, like Tank really is a super small dude. Like Tank is tiny, bro. Tank is like 5'5", 130. Like he's tiny as hell. In real life, as a person, bro, he's actually really small. But obviously his punches pack weight. His punches and his fighting ability and his power makes up for how small he actually is. But he's 135, bro. I can't get to 135 if I tried, bro. Like, can any of y'all get to 135? Like, can any of y'all get to 135? That's not one. Like, I doubt it, bro. Like it's crazy to me. I was 135 when I was freaking like 12 when I was 135. I can't remember, but that's such a small weight though. All right, but let's see what else we got here. Macho Camacho, one of the OGs for sure. Sweet Pea was the go to that. Sweet Pea. Who did Sweet Pea have? I heard of Sweet Pea. I don't know if I heard that nickname. Sweet Pea. I might know the actual Sweet Pea. Oh, Sweet Pea Whitaker. Okay. It's crazy how they both had the same last name, too. Is that a coincidence that they had the same last name? Is this his pops or something? Pernell Whitaker. Is this his pops? R.I.P. to Mr. Sweet Pea Whitaker, man. That'd be crazy. All right, yeah, NASDAQ is pushing here, family. The NASDAQ is pushing exactly how expected. US 30 dropped. It might, the way the NASDAQ look in the S&P, US 30 might gain a little bit more strength, but these things are doing exactly as expected, and I'm not able to be in any of these because it's damn, bro. I gotta message these people like, what's up with my account, bro? I literally can't log into TradingView right now. Gold is chilling right now. Again, gold did drop. I was favoring buys, but now I'm kind of leaning towards maybe possible sells here, depending on how we can play off of here. But I'm chilling on the sideline still. Still chilling. All right, let's see. Julian Hawk. Look him up. I definitely will. I never heard of Julian Hawk. What did Caleb Plant throw a drink at Tank? No, he threw it at Ryan Garcia, right? He threw a drink at Ryan Garcia. Because Ryan Garcia been talking mad shit. Ryan Garcia is gonna go from, I can see it right now. Ryan Garcia is literally on a path to destruction of himself. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, right? Because Ryan has the fame, he got the money now. Mans has made like $50 million in boxing over his past couple fights. But you could tell like the attention, which is what he wants, is also what's affecting him, right? That's the drug family, right? Like everybody wants to build an influence, become a social media star, right? Until the actual attention gets to you. And then you realize, like, damn, all right, I don't want this much attention. Internet is undefeated, right? The internet is a beast, right? So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy seeing what Ryan's going through in real time, the way we are seeing it. But I'm praying for him. I hope he is able to really lock in and get mentally stable, because if anybody thinks he's truly mentally stable, you're tripping. Like, he clearly is going through a lot of episodes where he just bugs out. And that's what happened. You know, he was talking a lot of shit to Caleb, talking about his wife. And if you know who Caleb Plant is, if you know Caleb, then you know he don't take no type of shit. He done slapped other boxers in real time for talking shit. Like, legit slapped the crap out of him. Like, he slapped the shit out of, I don't know exactly which Charlo brother he slapped, but he slapped the shit out of Charlo brother for talking shit about him. And Ryan was talking about his wife, so he pressed him about his wife. Like, that's one thing about Caleb, boy. He gonna press you no matter if he's by himself or he with a team. That boy ain't gonna take no disrespect. Shout out to Caleb, man. And see, CTE, he might, bro. He might have CTE. I don't want to say. I don't want to wish that on anybody, right? Or say he might have it, but there are definitely some concerning signs for Mr. Ryan Garcia. And I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan of Ryan, bro. I truly believe he could be easily one of the greatest boxers if he just locks in and dials in, bro, and stops all the shenanigans now. And I understand that his marketing, right? He's also a master marketer. He does shit for attention, but you could also tell that there's really some shit that he's dealing with for sure. Let's see. Ryan is going through in a way. He talks about God all the time. Yeah, he does. But then he talk about God and then curse out the next man a minute later. You know, he'll talk about God and then do some dumb stuff later that God wouldn't approve of. So I always love when people obviously bring up God, right? Because I'm very faithful. But it also bothers me when people use God. And I'm not saying he's doing it, but this is what it seems like, right? He's using God as like a cop-out. Using his faith as like a cop-out to then eventually go ahead and do everything that God tells you not to do. All right, so it's crazy to see. But I'm a fan, man. I don't like how he's using religion and faith in his tactic to build up his influence or market. I don't know what we call it, but that's just not me. Let's see. Hi, I'm in your grandfather. Of course, do I get the new course access? Well, when it comes out, absolutely, right? Palmetto, if you don't have access to the course just yet, let me know and send me a message and I got you. And if you did send me a message, send me another, and you'll get access today. You'll get access today. Sounds like my great grandmother. She read the Bible and hand out whoopings at the same. Yeah, nah, that's hilarious. But she handing out them whoopings because y'all probably deserved it. Come on now, Drew. Y'all probably deserve them little whoopings. In the name of Jesus Christ, here's this butt whooping. That's funny as hell. Let's see, Ansa33. You DM me on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, which social media? I got you, Meadow. I promise you, bro. We'll get you access today. I just gotta know what platform you message me on. Let's see, you know the vibes twice on Sundays. Let's see, both Cholo brothers are suckers. They want to fight fans and not boxers. Yeah, I agree. As of now, family, I'm still chilling, man. I missed out on NASDAQ, at least here on the prop firm account. US 30 missed out on that as well, at least on the prop firm account. Gold, I still ain't even take nothing on gold yet. On any account, I'm still on the sideline when it comes to gold. I was initially favoring buys, but now, based on how we played off, I'm kind of favoring maybe some possible sells here, but I'm still chilling right now as well. I see grandma doing God's work. Amen, Jess. I sent you an email. I'll check the email. Did I actually get an email? I should have gotten an email. Okay, yeah, I just got your email. Alright, I just got your email. Eric, you don't have access to that, bro? How don't you have access to it, though? I could have swore you had access to it. But I got you. I'll make sure you get access to that, though. And that's for anybody, family, right? If you guys are in any of my courses or in my course where I only have one and you don't have access to it, let me know. I promise y'all that you guys will be grandfathered into that. For anybody that had any boot camps, and you are. I'm a man of my word, man. At least I try to be. Let's see. Gervonta versus Floyd in the exhibition to settle the score. It would be cool if, like, you gotta think about it. Floyd is like what, 50? How old is Floyd now, boy? That nigga, he's like double his age. It wouldn't even be like Floyd Mayweather is still the greatest of all time. Like, it's undeniably he's undeniably the greatest of all time. I don't care who you are, but he's still 47 years old. Like, he would still give him a hell of a freaking. He would still give him a hell of a run, but Gervonta's in his prime. Like, in his prime, he got full speed, full strength, full everything to his advantage. That would actually be a crazy fight now that I think about it. That would be a crazy fight, though. Imagine that, Floyd versus Gervonta, bro. That would be nuts. That shit would definitely sell out, for sure, but... let's see. How can I check if I have the website? Well, you have to get it through WAP, right? If you want to get access to the course, you would have had to go through here, through WAP to get it. Right, you would have had to go through here. So if you didn't go through here to get the course, and you got it through the Forex Mastery Blueprint website, which don't work no more, then let me know, and you get access to it. But now that we're here, guys, again, big news, man. I told you guys I wanted to create a 5-day boot camp, right? I wanted to do another one. I've done 3 in the past. Last time I did a 5-day boot camp was about 1.5 years ago at this point. Right, it was a little while ago. But we scheduled another one, family. We scheduled another freaking 5-day pro trader boot camp scheduled for July 1st. July 1st to July 5th. We are officially bringing back the boot camp, man. If y'all know, if you guys were ever on any of the boot camps, you guys know how lit, how informative, and how much value I drop on these boot camps. Right, the last 5-day boot camp we did every class lasted at least 2 hours. Right, so we ended up getting around 10 hours worth of content, 10 hours of the valuable material that you get access to. Right, and I'm saying that because I got to do a little promo run, family. I'm not even going to lie, I got to do a little promo, man. So, family, if you guys are dead serious about really mastering this skill set, if you truly want to take things to the next level, then go ahead and get yourself on the list. July 1st, we go live, right, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. July 1st, 6 p.m. Eastern. I know for some of you guys that are overseas, it's a little bit late, but guess what? It's all recorded. It's all recorded. You get access to the actual recording the same day, like literally an hour or two after we're done recording it. It's going to be sent to your email. You get access to that. Right? And the cool thing about it, family, for anybody that does get the 5-day Pro Trader Bootcamp, it also comes with the course. So if you were considering getting the course, which you guys know I don't ever really promote like that. It is what it is. If you want it, it's there. If you don't, so be it. I'm here live as well. But if you guys do get the 5-day Pro Trader Bootcamp, you also get the course. It comes with the freaking course included. Because this bootcamp is also going to be added into the course for, into the recorded section. Right, with the other bootcamps. So, family, don't play. Lock in. I need you guys to lock in. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. The next 5 people that actually secure a seat. The next 5 people that secure a seat here, we'll do something special. I don't know exactly what, because I'm freestyling, I'm brainstorming off the top of my head, right? It could either come with some extra one-on-ones. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. For the next 5 people that lock in a seat, you're going to get an additional, on top of the actual boot camp, on top of the course, which you get access to the course immediately. If you buy the ticket today, you don't got to wait till the 1st to get access to the course. You get access to the course today. But I'm also going to throw in a few one-on-ones for y'all. Right, you also get 2 one-on-ones for the next 5 people. 2 one-on-ones, and I don't do one-on-ones often because it's too time-consuming. There was a period in time, family, where I was doing nothing but one-on-ones, right? But then my entire day is just, I'm dead by the end of the day, completely dead and drained. So I don't do one-on-ones often. But I got 2 one-on-ones for the next 5 people that join. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, man, it's there if you want it. But family, please don't play. 5-day trader, pro trader bootcamp coming up July 1st. If you're serious about your education, invest into yourself. At the very least, it's a tax write-off. And if you guys think anything that I've done in the past is good, oh my God, think about the amount of information we got now. Sheesh. Oh my God. Think about, yeah, see, the knowledge that I even taught a year and a half ago is still all very similar, but this approach, what I'm adding to this one is going to be different. You guys know we have different execution taxes than we did before, right? We have a little bit of a different style than we did before, right? I'm always improving and trying to make things better than before, right? So that's all going to be in it. I promise y'all, this is not the thing you guys want to miss out on, family. So little promo run, my fault. You guys, I know I don't ever do promos on this channel, right? I don't ever even promo my own shit ever. But that's how excited I am about this damn boot camp. And it's only $250. Only $250 for to really dial in and get this shit down packed. And then you come back on the live streams and everything that we learned in the boot camp, we put it all together in motion right here, right now, in real. Oh my God, this shit is a no-brainer. This shit is a no-brainer. No freaking brainer. All right, but let's see what we got here. Course is definitely worth it. Appreciate that, Matt. And the crazy thing is, Matthew been crushing it too. Like that's coming. Like Matt said, course is definitely worth it, and that's somebody. That's coming from somebody. I don't know if he's still up, but that's coming from somebody. Like just last week or 2 weeks ago, he had almost $30,000 in backed up payouts that he's waiting on from his prop firm. I don't know. I can't remember what prop firm you were using. I think was it still ETF, Elite Trader Funded or some shit like that. But this man was up $30,000 in profit. Holy moly. He can't even request all that even if he wanted to because it has to be broken up in portions, man. But again, that's coming from somebody that's actually making real results, seeing a lot of success. I know I'm not the only reason why he's been going crazy, but I'm glad to say that I could be a little bit of a component of it. So I appreciate you, Matt, bro. Let's see what else we got here, though. Boot camp, I'm definitely in there stabbing gold buys. Yeah, gold is definitely starting to gain some traction again. My only thing is gold going to be just like last week, bro? Like, remember I mentioned, right? Gold has just been so annoying to trade just because of this choppiness, right? Like, I think we could go back bullish here now that we are obviously back above structure. And there could be a nice opportunity to go ahead and ride this thing up for sure. I mean, especially now, right? Like, now there's no reason not to try to take this. I just can't take it, family. Trust me, if I'm going to say this. I would have taken it on this prop firm account if for whatever reason it actually lets me log in. It's not letting me log in today. So I got to send them an email and say like, yo, what's the word, man? You making me miss out on money. But this is not a bad looking attempt here. This is not a bad looking setup right here on gold if it can continue to go higher. We got to see how it plays off though. Let's see. Just bought in Mr. Abel. Let's go, Ninja, man. First round of applause for Ninja, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go, Ninja Panda K. Come on now, man. You have just gotten yourself. You have just gotten yourself a nice little time with me, man. And the crazy thing is, we're going to get locked in. We're going to get locked in. And we're going to make sure that you're right. I promise. All right, so big shout out to you, man. Let's see. Tiny. So right now, boot camp with course. I'll do it after the live app. Yo, I'm glad that you picked that up. Because that is crazy. Like, the boot camp comes with the course? That's nuts. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because I told you I've been working on version 2.0 of the course. Which anybody that has the course, the current course, they all get grandfathered in. You guys know I don't like to recharge you guys with stuff that I already sold you guys on, right? If you bought my course once, no matter if you spent $50 on it or if you spent $400 on it, you get grandfathered into my next course that I drop. And then version 3, and then version 4, and then version 5, and 7, and 8, and then 10, and then whatever. Right? So there's some of you guys that actually bought my course, right? That actually bought my course years ago for $50. Like a $50 course that still are now grandfathered in today with any course that I drop, right? Because I always try to, you know, be a man of my word. All right, so big shout out to you guys, man. Let's see, refresh web browser. What I gotta do? All right, let's see what we got here. I heard a professional talking about your technical skills. He said you're the best. I appreciate that, Tony. That's love. Shout out to that professional too, wherever he is. I'm gonna have to hit you up. I don't have access to the course. Yeah, hit me up, Jose. I got you. Again, family, if you guys buy the course, make sure you have proof that you bought the course. Please don't just hit me up, say, Abel, I had access to your course, because I'm gonna hit you up and say, all right, cool. Where's the receipt? Do you have an email? Because I don't remember everybody that bought the course, right? There's hundreds of people that bought it at one time. So please, if you do hit me up saying you had access before, just make sure you have the proof of it. Or unless I actually personally know you and I know then yeah, I'll give it to you, right? But just make sure, right? Please come with a receipt and then you immediately get access, please. All right, let's see. Do you believe that smart money becoming like retail? All the stops are getting hit and reversing. Could this strategy be compromised? That's a great question, Metal, right? I actually seen a big topic of discussion about this over the past few months, honestly. And is smart money concepts something that the institutions are now paying attention to and are aware of? That's the question we need to ask ourselves, right? Is smart money concepts, which is based off ICT, are the biggest hedge funds in the world aware of this strategy? Yes or no, right? I don't know. I don't think hedge funds are over here worrying about freaking retail trader strategy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think, right, the market makers are focused on a retail trader strategy, right? Because even though the name is smart money, the name is very deceiving, right? The smart money concepts is not smart money at all, because there's retail traders that trade it. We're not smart money. But I doubt that hedge funds are really focused on a retail traders type of strategy. That's all we have, right? That's a retail trader strategy. I don't care what anybody tells you. We don't have access to trade institutionalized. We don't have the tools. We don't have the access. And we definitely don't have the money to trade like institutions. That's just a fact, right? I'm breaking it right now. Everybody that say, oh, I trade like a bank. How? How can you trade like a bank? You don't have the right tools. You don't have the right access. How? Right? So every strategy that we trade here is all retail trader strategy, no matter what the name is. And I personally do not think that an institution, a hedge fund, a market maker that's trading billions of dollars is focused on a retail trader strategy, no matter whose it is, no matter what it is. So I'm just being honest. Right? So do I think that the strategy is becoming more saturated, you could say? I don't think that that's going to affect anything. To be honest, and again, I know somebody going to shoot me for it. Yes, I want to make this clear. I do trade those concepts. I understand the smart money concept. I understand the basic key components of that. And I utilize it. But that's not all I use. I use a lot of other things. You guys see I have moving averages on my screen. If you talk to a smart money trader and they look at my screen with these moving averages, they'll be like, what the hell? This dude is crazy. Right? Because they don't rely on indicators. So I add a lot more to the table than just the basic concepts, because I'm gonna be honest, with all the smart money traders that I personally have seen, you know, I'm not even gonna go down that route. I'm not gonna go down that route. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. I'm not gonna go down that route. Just know, family, I don't think it's becoming saturated. I think it's just like every other strategy. It really depends on the market conditions overall. Smart money concepts is a strategy that really depends on, in my opinion, I think it truly relies on more so trending markets more than anything. And although certain assets have been trending, like the indices, a lot of other assets, a lot of other currencies and commodities that we trade have really been extremely choppy. So I don't think it has to do with the fact that it's oversaturated. I just think it has to do with the fact that market conditions are not aligning with that specific strategy. And that happens, right? There's times where market conditions are just not helping my strategy out at all, and I'm just taking loss after loss after loss. It be like that. It is what it is. That's just a fact. Right, so that's what I think it is more than anything. Let's see. Guys are crazy who don't buy the course. Guys, you get grandfathered in. You're crazy if you don't. I agree with that. Which is crazy. I'm losing so much money. You know, it's crazy. I spoke to my mentor, right? Because I do have a mentor that I talk to. That I work with when it comes to like the digital marketing aspect, the sales aspect of this industry, or at least of what I do here, right, as a quote unquote course creator. And he yells at me all the time. He's like, bro, you're crazy for grandfathering anybody, bro. Like, I'm charging people for the first course. I'm charging them for the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. They getting charged for everything that I offer, and I understand it, right? He's a marketer, so he's that's his thing. Sales and marketing is his thing, so I get it. I just can't. That's just not me, right? I made my word. I gave my word to people. If you buy it once, that's all you got to buy. You all got to spend time with me. Is just spend money with me at least once on the course, and you get access to everything else. But trust me, he be he be ready to kill me every time I say yeah, bro. They get grandfathered. Well, listen, man, it is what it is. He be crucifying, but this is also somebody that has made tens of millions of dollars in the past few years just doing, selling his own offers, right? Selling his courses and his material. So he knows how to make money. I ain't make tens of millions of dollars, right? So I understand what he's coming from. And I probably could make a lot more money if I did charge y'all. And I know you guys respect me enough to buy everything, but that's just not me. I'm good on that. Yo, this gold is going nuts though, family. Gold is going nuts. Again, I am not able to take it on this, so you're not going to be able to see it. I told you guys I'm not able to take it here on TradingView because it's not letting me log into the account. But I did tell you guys that, and this thing is going nuts now, right? You see how this is all we needed? This flip back bullish, close back above our moving averages. Oh yeah, that's looking money. Right now you're flowing around 30, 40 pips depending on your entry. That looks good. All right, let's see. I have received over 200x over that 50. Yeah, my guy Freezon really is one of the few that actually got in for one of those $50 courses, man. Big shout out to you, Freezon. Let's go, bro. Let's go. You really did. That's crazy, bro. That's such a crazy steal. Still have the original day one bootcamp videos we did, Abel. Still got gems in it. If you know, you know. Absolutely. Let's see. Roy from Chart. Man, shout out to my boy Roy. That's who said it. Shout out to Roy, man. Roy is definitely. I'm gonna be honest with him. I got to do a little plug for Roy, right? Because Roy has been somebody that showed me massive love. We've always showed each other love. I did an event for Roy in like 2017, 2018. I did an event for him at his college that he was at, and that's how I met Roy from Chart Addicts, right? And that's how I get, when I go to like the FX Summit and stuff, like he takes care of me. Like he takes care of me when I do, things for him, right? Because I took care of him. A lot of people don't know that, but like 2017, 2018, I went to Virginia, to his college, VCU. Shout out to VCU, to do an actual Forex training. All right, I didn't know who he was. I didn't even go for him. I went for somebody that I'm cool with here in North Carolina. That Roy was a part of his team, right? So I went with him, but then I ended up meeting Roy over there because he was the one hosting and his entire team. And we've been locked in since, man. Just showing nothing but love, support each other. So big shout out to Roy. Let me bring up his. This is the thing about me, family. I don't gatekeep, right? So let me go ahead and bring up his channel. I think he might be live right now too, because he does trade live as well. Shout out to Lil Bo Kyle, man. Kyle's also live, but you guys should have seen the Chart Addicts by now. Right? If you guys are not following this page, family, I highly encourage you guys to do it. And the thing about this, like, this is probably one of the better YouTube channels in terms of giving real game and real information. Like, look at the actual guests that he has on. Like, this is a guy from TradingView, bro. Like, he has a guy from TradingView giving interviews. He has the founder of Owanda, which is a regulated U.S. regulated Forex broker. That's game. He has Anthony Pompliano, bro. The GOAT of Bitcoin. Mr. Bitcoin himself here. Like, this guy right here, right, was a hedge fund, right? Was an actual analyst for an actual hedge fund. Top economist, right? So, like, he's giving out massive game here with these type of conversations. Right? Like, look at these ones. These ones all just came out, too, with the man, the myth, the legend, right? Mr. Wall Street himself. Mr. Peter Tuchman. Right? This guy's been on Wall Street for like 50 years, right? Again, these are conversations he brings to the table. It's not... He does have a ton of influencers, too, right? Like, if you go back to his popular videos and his older videos, you're going to see the Lambos, you're going to see the Q Bankses, you're going to see, the Umars, the Mambas, right? You're going to see all these top dogs, Raja, all right? You're going to see Swaggy. Like, he was the podcaster for the Forex space before Words of Wisdom really took off, right? Because, he ended up focusing on throwing events instead of like the podcast space, right? But Chart Addicts was the #1 podcaster in this space before Words of Wisdom, and then he just ended up focusing on events, and that's where, this guy Riz decided to take over and really dominating. But like, look at this, guys. Like, he has so much value, like so much value. Hey, here's a video with me. This was a video I did 2 years ago. This video got so much game in it too. It's not even funny, bro. This a 2-year-old video from me. I did like 2 different podcasts. When I got one that's 4 years old, and then we have that 2-year-old one as well. Let me see. Where is my 4-year-old one? Is mad old though. Here it is. Look at this one right here. 3 years ago. Wealthy Visions. That's the old school logo. That's the OG logo. That's the OG logo. Look at that. You remember? Look at the elevation and logos. Wealthy Visions. The great thing is like the chart behind the eyeball. Like that's an actual chart that I actually made a lot of money off of. Like that chart right there. Hey, babe. Like that chart at that time. That was my biggest trading day at that time. Back then when I actually put that chart behind the eye, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, this video is 3 years ago. Absolute banger. Like I'm talking about an absolute banger. But this is before he actually had video implemented. Like this is just straight audio. Straight audio. Yeah, nah, he's yeah, big shout out to Chart Addicts, man. Again, somebody that I truly respect. Honestly, one of the best. If you guys really want to understand fundamental analysis, yo, I'm doing mad promo for his shit. Yo, Roy, I need a check, Roy. Like I'm promoting the shit out. I'm promoting the hell out of your shit, bro. I need a check. But one thing I do love about Roy too, his understanding of fundamental analysis is next level. Like he's really, really good when it comes to fundamental analysis because he used to be a financial analyst. He used to work for, I think it was Merrill Lynch or JP Morgan. I don't know. He used to work for one of these big banks as an actual analyst. All right, so he's the real deal, man. You know, but shout out to Roy. No more promo out of me though. I will shout out to little bro Kyle though. Always show Kyle love. Yeah. Yeah, Kyle. Let's go. Always show Kyle love. That's little bro right there, man. Y'all not following little bro, y'all playing yourself. Alright, let's see. Damn, look at gold by the way too. Gold is going crazy. Sheesh. Let's go. Alright, let's see. Let me catch up with the chat now. Is that you on Facebook by chance? What do you mean, Tony? That is me. Yo, Tony, I be seeing your comments, Tony, on Facebook, bro. Shout out to Tony, man. I be seeing your comments, man. 1003 in the chat, you know. Trust me, I be seeing it. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up with the comments, family. Gold is going nuts, by the way. I think SMC is more than a strategy. I think SMC is the way the markets book. It's the algo. I mean, it's the algo according to a retail trader. Like that's the thing, though, right? Like you're on the money, Jess, right? But it's the algo based off of coming from a retail trader. Just think about that. All right, like just think about that. I just say it. Like again. I don't know what the algos that these institutions go off of. All right, I don't think anybody really knows what the algos are that these institutions go off of unless you actually work for that institution or unless you know somebody personally from that institution, right? So unless, you know, what's his name, ICT, which he might have. Again, I haven't gone too deep with ICT, guys. I understand the concept and the strategy, but I haven't sat there and listened to ICT speak, right? I learned the strategy just from bits and pieces from not necessarily even his videos, from some people that I respect's videos. So I don't know where he even got. So he might have got that shit from an institution. I don't know. But that's the only way you're gonna get their algorithm. Right? You gotta think about it, guys. These institutions, these banks, these hedge funds, these market makers, they're spending billions of dollars on their algorithms to do what they do. Billions of dollars for those algos. You think a retail trader is actually gonna get access to that? No. All right, so again, it's algos based off of a retail trader's ideology. Oh. All right, let's see. He not wrong though. You do it for the money. You do it for the impact. Absolutely. And you absolutely right. Happens in January with DeLorean. Absolutely. Let's see. Forex Magic changed my life. I appreciate that, Kev. Let's see. What else we got here? Yeah, gold is going nuts. Gold looks like it really could start running here. It looks like it really could keep on going. But we did take out this relative high as well, so. I heard Buddy was flaunting other people's prop firms payouts like it was. It was. He did get caught in that. Listen, I got to hold him accountable too. He definitely got caught up in that. And crazy thing is, I actually reached out to him too when that whole situation happened. Because again, the internet's the internet, man. When you do one thing, they gonna crucify you to the end of the world. You know, so I reached out to him like, yo, bro, like, what's the word, man? And he put me onto the situation. I'm not gonna go ahead and, you know, let his business out right here on a public setting. I'll let him, you know, if you guys want to know what happened, then just find out. He did make a video on it, but yeah, I did reach out to him, man. He told me exactly what the situation was, and it's unfortunate how it happened, but he definitely had to get ridiculed for that too, for sure. Let's see, seen all his videos. Yours and Tika had me hype. Yeah, shout out to Tika, man. That's really my big bro. I talk to Teacup not every day, but that's really like my big brother. Shout out to my brother Lizaldo. It's official. I just joined. Let's go, Tahiti. Let's go. Now, again, there are a few of you guys that joined, family. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep track of who were the first 5. So I might just give it to all y'all, but we'll see. I got to make it so I can save my family, make it out. Absolutely, Tony. You know how you made it? You have access to the info. Absolutely. Just got to materialize in physical. Look at Gavin dropping the game, man. Come on, Gavin. You ever went to the FX Summit? Yeah, we actually did. We actually went to last year's, and we actually had a booth and everything. We had a booth and everything at the FX Summit. We was over there doing our thizzle. Let me see. Where is it at? I ain't never dropped the FX Summit video. Yo, I really don't be as active, bro. I don't be active on social media like I need to be. I'm tripping. At least on Instagram. Yeah, we definitely did the FX Summit, though. It was pretty lit. We had a hell of a good time, for sure. Like, I gotta go to Kyle's page just to even get the content. Shout out to little bro Kyle once again, right? This is crazy. Like, this is really the Kyle that I'm familiar with. Look at the young buck. Hey, the OGs. This was 4 years ago, bro. 4 years ago. OGs in this bit. You heard me? That's crazy. 4 years ago is nuts. But this is the Kyle that I first met. This one right here. Yo, look at young boy. Yeah. Yeah, Kyle, you wasn't even talking to nobody, bro. We can see the phone. You wasn't even talking to nobody. That's all for the picture. This is the young boy I know. Come on now, man. He went from that to having mad facial hair. Grown man. But yeah, this right here was not that. I'm surprised I didn't freaking upload any of these videos. But this was like a little podcast that we did with Riz at the FX Summit. This was another podcast that we did at the FX Summit as well, just showing love for the Prophet Society. I don't know why I ain't uploading other videos. It's crazy. Yeah, this is the Word of Wisdom little podcast that we did. Yeah. Yeah, man. But it was definitely there. It was a good time. Who would you say is as good as you on YouTube? Doubt there are many. As good as me? Probably a lot, to be honest with you. I don't even like. I think I do a good job. You know what I think about me? I'm good with sticking with my rules, my strategy, and not getting distracted, right? But I also think I'm just good at communicating. I think I'm just a good teacher. At least I would think, right? I think I'm just a good communicator, which is why probably a lot of people think, you know, that I'm a top dog, right? But there's a lot of people doing way better than I am, though. I'll tell you that much. There's a lot of people doing a lot better than I am. A lot. And that's just me being honest, right? They're making a lot more money than I am. They're withdrawing bigger withdrawals than I am. They're crushing it, right? So there are a lot of traders on this platform that are doing better. I'm not going to, listen, again, I don't gatekeep, right? So I'll shout out a couple, right? So obviously, we got people like Roy, who also goes live during New York session, right? Chart Addicts. We also got this one dude that trades future. I follow a lot of futures traders lately. But Matt by Trades, he's really good, a futures trader. He's dope. That dude Patrick Whelan is also pretty cool. He's a little out there, super out there, very energetic. But he's like he's got to be like your cup of tea, you know, for Patrick, right? But Patrick Whelan is another dope guy that also goes live on YouTube. And then we have like the originals, like the original Forex guys, like you know, Dom Vo. I don't really watch too much of Dom Vo, but he's crushing it from what I've seen. Like, he gets thousands of viewers live every single day, so he's got to be doing something right. Then we got, there's another guy too that's been crushing it, and he's Christian, very, very godly, you know, talks about God all the time. What is this? What is this channel called? Trade to Eat? Train to Eat? Trade to Eat? TTE or some shit like that? I don't even know his name. I don't even know what his channel is. Like, but he's really good too. I just like the fact that he incorporates God into a lot of his stuff. Can't remember what it is though, to be honest with y'all. And then you got the girl. What's the girl's name? Tanya. Tanya Trades. She's also pretty dope. Another futures trader. But there's a lot, bro. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot, man. There is a lot. There's a lot. Like, I don't even think I'm even close to any of these people just yet. Like, my teaching ability might be, but them boys is like, the amount of money they making is crazy. Like, they're like, them dudes is making like 40, 50, 60, $70,000 a trade. I'm not at that level just yet. Right? I've made. There's been times where I've made that, but I'm not making consistently, you know, $40,000, $50,000 a trade. I'm not at that level just yet, right? But I will get there. All right, it's all a process. All right, let's see. I'm not playing with the long-term plays in this climate. Taking partials on gold and letting it ride. That's the best play to do it. Absolutely. Let's see. Kyle before he got jacked. Absolutely. Let's see. So the smart money concept came from someone that was working with the algorithm, or is it just from retail traders learning from trial and error? I don't know. I don't know too much about ICT. I don't know where he got it from, to be honest. I don't know if he comes from an institutionalized background at all. I haven't seen anywhere that he did come from an institutional background. So I would have to assume, and again, when you assume things, you make an ass out of yourself. But I would have to assume that he did not get an institutional background, and he just, from trial and error, he pretty much created a strategy. He used a phenomenal name brand. That's what I think the biggest thing is. It was crazy. This might be controversial, but I'm gonna say it anyways, right? ICT. I truly believe he's a better marketer than he is an actual trader. Hey, all you ICT people in the chat, y'all can crucify me right now if you ever want. But I'm standing on business. I'm standing 10 tones down on that. I think he's a far better marketer. Not even close. I think his marketing skills are up here. His trading skills are he's still doing this thing supposedly, right? His marketing is OD. Like, his marketing and his approach and his ability to create name brands and brand it the way he did. Like, Smart Money Concepts is such a crazy name. Like, that's a fire name. Right? 4 years ago, everybody was trading. I'm saying I'm trading smart money. Oh, I'm a smart money trader. Like, that was because of him. He's the one who had everybody talking about that. He's the one that has everybody thinking they're institutionalized traders. Right? So he's a phenomenal marketer, bro. I'm not saying he's not a good trader. I don't know him. I haven't seen him trade. I don't know his results. I can't pocket watch him. But I also know that he's made a shit ton of money from selling his... I don't even know if he has any offers, to be honest with you. I don't know. But he's made a ton of money trading, but he's also made a lot from just the marketing aspect of it. Or whatever it is that he does. Again, I don't know him too much, but he's definitely a better marketer, though, than a trader. Let's see, I understood market structure from you. Darlene, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Hopefully you continue to watch me, rock with me, and hopefully I can provide you more than just, you know, market structure. I've not seen many that predict the market like yourself, live and hitting the targets. There really isn't. Like, even the people that I did call out, like, to be honest, I just shouted out about 5 different traders, 6 different traders maybe. And that's still a small group of people. like there really isn't. I mean, there is actually a good amount of people that go live during the New York session. But even if we had 100 people go live during New York session, 100 people out of the millions that are trading, yeah, all right, that is a big deal, right? So I definitely agree with you, right? If you're able to come on here live in front of people with confidence and do your thing and still perform at a high level, then absolutely, you're definitely one of them ones. I think for me, though, I have experience, though, right? Which is why it's so natural for me to come on here and do my fizzle. Like, this ain't my first rodeo doing a live stream. Right? I've been live streaming, trading live in front of people for 4 years, 5 years now. Like, so this ain't new to me, right? So it comes natural for me because I was literally paid to do that in 2 different platforms. I was paid from IML to educate, from IM to educate. I was paid from Profit Society to educate live, right? So I've been doing this shit for a long time now, right? So that's why it probably comes so natural to me to do it. Why it's so easy for me to just, you know, lock in and do what I gotta do. But it's definitely very hard to do. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I give nothing but love and respect to anybody that comes live and trades live in front of the community. That's game changer. That is really what dictates if you truly trust yourself and trust your strategy at a high level. It's not saying that you know what I'm saying, it's not saying you won't get you know, emotional here and there because there is a lot of pressure when you're trading live, but that's a big deal. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, let's see. Abel, scalping is so hard, especially live. What you do? How come you don't do predictions on 1 hour, 4 time instead of 5 minute, like you use on IM? I don't think people realize how tough it is to hit 5 minute. You ain't lying though, right? These smaller time frame plays are definitely a lot harder. But that's the thing about live trading, right? When we're live trading like this, you kind of have to be a scalper day trader, right? Because you guys, I'm not specifically pointing you guys out that rock with me, right? But like the general space here of live traders, people want instant gratification. You guys know how that is, right? So if I send out a trade, a higher time frame setup, let's say a 4 hour trade, right? One trade that we're now writing out the entire week, that's not what people want, right? People want to come back every single day and get an opportunity every single day. And that's just the reality, right? So if you really want to grow on YouTube as a streamer, then you got to be able to show up every day and give different setups every single day. Right, you looking for 1 to 2 setups a week that are swing trades? That's not gonna help you grow in this type of platform, right? Because people just don't have the patience or the discipline to even do that. So, unfortunately, as a streamer, you got to adjust, right? You got to adjust to your style of trading. Especially on a platform like YouTube where you're trying to build up your following, you know, build up your credibility even more and all that good stuff. So, but that's like the biggest shift, right? People want to come in, they want to find setups for today, which is why we're on the smaller time frames to try to do that. Let's see. Will a bank statement work for proof? I can't find. Absolutely, bro. Anything you got, Jose. Anything you got, bro. Even a message. Even if wherever you message me first, Jose, right? Re-message me, and our conversation should be there, right? And I'll be able to see based off the conversation we've had, right, whether you actually did it or not, right? Because it's gonna be in our conversation. So let's see. SMC is the game-winning marketing strategy. Absolutely, it really is. Nah, it really is. They said ICT account was fake, so be careful. Listen, I ain't saying nothing, because one thing I know about ICT traders, boy, is they ride for that boy. They ride for him hard. So I don't want no problems with nobody. Remember, this is a positive, family-friendly environment, right? So I don't want no smoke with no ICT, no SMC traders, man. So listen, if it's fake or not, I don't know. I can't confirm shit, so I'm good. I don't want no problems with y'all. Y'all be different. That's the thing, man. Like they really move. They really do move like a, and I don't mean cult in a bad way, right? But they move like a cult. Like they really ride for him. I honestly aspire. I aspire for my community to be as dedicated as his community is. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, that would be insane if I could get my community to be how his community is, how they ride for him no matter what. Yeah, that would be fire. But I don't want no smoke with you SMC ICT traders. I'm telling you. I don't want no smoke. Y'all got it. Let's see. Thoughts on John Fibonacci? He goes live watching for years. He will never predict the market, even on high. It's crazy. Don't know how he was in IM. I mean, John is cool, man. I got no problem with John. You know, John Fibonacci, from what I know of, I never really had crazy conversations. Like, I've seen him in person just because of the events that we were at. But I never had no real conversations with him. Never really followed him. But he is really good. You know, from what I know of, he's pretty dope, right? Anybody that I spoke to that speaks of him, they always speak highly of him. So I don't know. I don't know. I think he's pretty good. I know he was a part of this. This is what I like about John Fibonacci, right? If there is anything that I like about him, right? Because again, I don't know him too much. He was a part of Trade House, and I'm not talking about Trade House, the marketers, right? Trade House, the chairmen. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the actual Trade House traders, right? With Jordan Morgan, Zach Hogan, Mike Miles, right? All them boys. He was with them, and they actually trade. In fact, I believed that they were actually some of the most educational, valuable people on the platform, right? And I am, right? So that's the one thing I like about John, just who he was around and who he was with. They were all really, really good traders. So let's see, Tyson with the 499. Tyson, man, why do you do this to me, bro? You are so freaking amazing. Oh, wrong one. Thank you so much, bro, man. Tyson, you have so much love, bro. I appreciate that, man. That definitely means a lot, bro. And it doesn't go unnoticed, bro. Thank you so much, bro, for the $5. I appreciate that so much, man. Let's see. They They the male BI facts. Sent your DM on Instagram. All right, bet, Jose. I'll check that after this. I got you. Said, nah, we want the smoke. Nah, Daquan, bro. Trust me. We don't want the smoke, bro. Listen, I know how to pick and choose my battles. I don't ever turn down no type of smoke. Trust me. Right? I've never been pussy a day in my life. Like, I've never, in real life, I've never been pussy a day in my life. Like, if we got problems, bro, I'm going to go straight to you and I'm going to ask, what's up? Right? That's just me. And if you know me in real life, you know that that's me, right? So I'll be damned if I'm scared on the internet. What the hell? But I am not going to mess with them boys. I know how to pick and choose my battles, though. It don't mean you pussy. That just means you know how to pick and choose for mental clarity. I'm telling you, and them smart money concept boys and ICT traders, man, like whether they have results or not, they gon' violate you. Like, go on Twitter and start talking shit about ICT. Whether you have a following or not, like, go on Twitter, make 10 posts about ICT talking shit, and watch you grow your following that way from people talking shit about you. I'm telling you, go to Twitter. Y'all think I'm playing? Go to Twitter and say, "Oh, ICT's a fake. He's this." And I'm not saying somebody gonna try to clip this too. Don't clip this and try to send us saying no. This is all just me. I'm defending you, ICT, right? But if you go on Twitter and you start typing all this shit about ICT and SMC, you're gonna get a bunch of people talking shit about you. Your page is probably gonna go viral. It's gonna go viral for the negative reasons, because you're just gonna get shitted on. But they come in packs, bro. They come in packs. Like, no cap. So Daquan, you on your own, bro. I'm Gucci on that smoke, bro. I'm Gucci on that smoke. Trust me. I know how to pick and choose my battles, especially on the damn internet. Like, hell nah. The internet is undefeated. Then they'll start trolling me to the end of the world. And then we got ICT people joining the stream just to talk shit. I'm like, nah. Y'all got it. Gotta learn how to pick and choose your battles, family. That's just a fact. All right, let's see. It's sad people don't have the patience to wait for the bigger time frames. I seen you hit crazy prediction on higher time frame. Even if you don't scalp, I still be on to watch next level. Absolutely. I appreciate that, Metal. I really do. Let's see. I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. Let's see. The ICT boys will pull everything about from the day you were born. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they will literally dox the hell out of you. Like, they will find out where you live. They will find out where you work. They will call your job just to say, nah, ICT is real. Fire your employee. He's tripping. Like, that's how they are, bro. Like, they move crazy, bro. Like, they'll literally learn your entire life story and put it all over social media to try to expose you. Listen, and I don't got no skeletons in my closet, so I don't care about trying to get quote unquote exposed. It's just the annoyance of all the tags and the people writing me and I just don't want to deal with that, bro. I went through a phase like 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago, where I kind of made a bad decision. It wasn't even a bad decision, right? I just did. I'm not gonna go into the details of it, right? I did something dumb. And I was crucified, boy. I was crucified on social media. Everybody trying to do expose this, expose that, even though, again, I don't have no skeletons to expose, right? So they weren't getting nowhere. But boy, I'm good on the internet. I'm good on trying to fight the internet. I'm telling you, this shit no joke. It's like when you fight the internet, it's not a 20v1 like Drake said. It's a million v1. You ain't gonna win. I see in New York, you gotta be careful when somebody say what's up. What's going on, Sam, man? Appreciate you, my brother. But that's a fact. When somebody says you what's up, you better get ready. You better pull your pants up, get your hands ready, because yeah, it might get crazy. But if you say what's up to down south, like if I go to some random person in North Carolina and say what's up, they're like, hey, what's going on, man? How's it going, man? Can I buy you some lunch? Like, it's such a different environment. Like, from New York to North Carolina. You can't even look at people in their eyes in New York. If you give somebody eye contact, those are fighting words. Those aren't even fighting words. Those are fighting expressions. Like, do you got a staring problem? Like, what you looking at? Like, is there something on my face that you're looking at? What's up? That's really how it is, bro. Like, you give the wrong eye contact in New York, you better be able to stand your ground. In North Carolina, people be dying to get you. Like, they walk by you just straight trying to get that eye contact. Like, yo, I'm looking at you. Say, what's up? Hi, how you doing? Good morning. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how that shit works, bro. Like, people be trying to give you eye contact in North Carolina just to say hi. Because there's mad stuff to look at. Like, why you gotta look at me for it? Drew, you probably one of the first ones too, bro. You were probably one of the first ones, bro. Somebody look at you just even for a second, like, yo, is there a problem, bro? Like, do we have a problem? Do I know you? Like, did I do something wrong? Like, bro, I was just looking at you, bro. Like, golly. Yo, New Yorkers are hella aggressive, bro. For real. I love New Yorkers, though, because we are mad aggressive. Abel proved while we were in our last mission that wasn't scared, and he don't back down. He's battle testing, I agree. Nah, trust me, bro. Like, even to this day, family, right? I'm surprised that we haven't had even more trolls enter this chat, right? Enter the the YouTube chat. Like, I'm surprised, right? Because obviously the biggest thing is everybody hates IM. So everybody hates anybody that was a part of it, that was tied to it, that was an educator for it. You know, so they always look for little reasons to try to talk shit, right? But I'm surprised we haven't had that many trolls in here. Right? We maybe had like maybe 2 or 3 people over the past year since I've done live streams that talk shit. And more times than not, if you guys notice, you guys know my approach when we got shit talkers in the building. I don't want none of my mods to delete any of their comments. Leave their comments up. Unless it's spam, right? If they start spamming shit, then yeah, delete them and get them the hell out of here, right? Block them, put them in timeout. It's up to all my mods. You guys with the wrenches, y'all decide on what y'all want to do. If they're spamming shit, if they just go in there copying, then nah, get them hell out of here. But if they just write one comment and that's truly what they like to say and what they believe, let them say it. Why? Because then my job is to turn on my watch this hat and watch me turn a hater into a lover real quick, baby. I done it so many times here. Watch me turn a hater into a lover real quick. And that's really what I like to do. So that's why I don't want nobody deleting messages or anything. I let them come in, man. They contribute into the engagement. Like I said, I'm not frail. I don't care. Listen, opinions do not affect me one bit anymore. They used to in the past, but bring them in, man. Let me turn you into a believer. Let me turn you into a believer. That's my biggest thing. I want to turn you into a believer at this point. So let's see. I worked with this dude from New York. He would be like, "What y'all saying good morning to each other? Why y'all saying good morning? You got a problem? How you gonna solve it?" Yeah, they be New Yorkers are crazy. Except though Gumball, whatever his name was, Gumball. Can't even remember Gumball. I know we had a few people, right? The most recent one was the dude that wasn't even speaking English, right? What's his name? It just happened like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. What was his name? The Spanish, Portuguese. I forgot what the language was. That I had to translate. I had to literally translate his comments, and when I translate, he said I got a big mouth or I talk too much. What was it that he said? I know one of y'all remember. What the hell did he say? He had said something. I got a big mouth. I got a motor mouth. He had said some shit. Then I was literally doing it live in front of y'all, just literally translating everything he was saying live with y'all. I can't remember what he said. He had said something like I talk too much or some shit. But then by the end of the stream, he loved me. All right, and then he kept on coming back. And he came back for more. I don't know where he's at now. But he kept on coming back for more and then turned a hater into a lover, man. Alright, let's see. Gold did come all the way back down, family. Pretty much basically to break even. We are bouncing off of the 13 period moving average right now. We gotta see how this thing works. See if it is gonna start to run for us or not. Damn, it's 11 o'clock already? What the hell? Time is flying. Yo. I did tell wifey too that I wasn't gonna be on here that long, and now we just hit our longest stream of 11 o'clock. I don't think we've ever been on here till 11. We've been here till like 10:45, not 11. Sheesh. Snake Man, yeah, the Snake Man. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, the Snake Man guy. Yeah. That's dope funny, bro. But family, listen, man, we definitely gotta wrap it up. I gotta jump off. I gotta go spend time with the family and good things like that. You know the vibes. But listen, man, you guys went crazy with getting the boot camp, by the way. Anybody that did purchase the boot camp during this stream, you guys all will get those extra one-on-ones. You guys get the course regardless. Like, you guys can access the course right now, by the way. You should be able to. But yeah, then we can start setting up the one-on-ones after the boot camp, right? I want to hold off on the one-on-ones till after the boot camp so that we make sure we give you guys all the value. And then after the boot camp, we can start scheduling out all these one-on-ones and we can start getting crazy. Really dial in everything that we learned and taught on the actual boot camp. So family, again, I appreciate y'all so much, man. If you guys did not get the boot camp or access to the boot camp just yet, do not play. And make sure to go get that. Let me see if I can send it one more time, man. Go there, grab the boot camp. Anybody that buys You know what? Anybody that purchases it today gets those extra 2 one-on-ones with me. You know, so it's in the chat. If you need it, it's there. I appreciate y'all so much for those of you guys that are taking the chance on joining the boot camp. I guarantee you it's going to change a lot. It's going to provide a lot of value for you. If you, and this is how strong and confident I am, family. If you truly don't get no value from the boot camp, I'll literally send you your money back. I would literally send you your money back, right? $250 is not worth a negative review in my part, right? So if you just don't get no value from this boot camp on July 1st, which starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll literally give you your money. Just tell me, like, yo, Abel, bro, to be honest, bro, I didn't get that much value. All right, enough said. Here's your money back, bro. Here's your money. That's just me, right? Again, I try to be as authentic as possible, man. But family, I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Thank you guys for rocking with me today. You guys are all superstars, phenomenal, amazing, great people. And although I wasn't able to take the trade on stream because freaking this firm wasn't letting me clock in, I'm gonna reach out to them today. We'll get this shit situated. So tomorrow we come right back and start taking more trades right on stream again. But family, man, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. You guys are phenomenal. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your guys' day. All right, family, it's your boy Abel, and we out of here. Let's go, y'all. Take care.